Good morning, everybody. It is 7 a.m. on Friday, November 10th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 73. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 1 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go!
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah!
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo, what's going on, yo? Welcome in. I can't hear anything. My headphones are not working. One pair was broken. It just went back. Am I like on air?
Yeah. Live.
Ooh, boy. Oh,
Live
boy.
from
Rousing
Baton Rouge.
start here. Whatever. All right, what's going on, y'all? Welcome in. Friday's OTB. We'll get the headphone situation
T-Bob,
sorted.
I mean, how can we come in here and not, kind of start that way when we had to watch the Bears-Panthers last night?
Yeah, well, I didn't get to watch, unfortunately.
Well,
Not unfortunately. We
They
were
had a
raising money for
combined
Knock
3
Knock.
wins.
Yeah. Raising money for Knock Knock Museum last night. Shout out to everybody who gave. Great cause. If you've never been Knock Knock, you already know how awesome it is for Baton Rouge to have that. But, yeah, I saw 16-13.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was something like 5 or how many field goals? 5-6 field goals with like 12 punts. And really, the only thing I care about is what an awful feeling it is to be a Carolina Panthers fan, where not only do you feel as if you probably missed out on the top pick, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, again, I don't think it's entirely fair. I think the Texans are far ahead of Carolina from a O-line structure, just a team standpoint. But not only do you feel like you missed the first pick, but you're probably going to end up with the worst record in the NFL. And guess who has that pick? The Bears.
The Bears.
The team that beat you last night. So Bears fans have that incredible feeling of the one time where you actually win a game and it helps your draft stock. Remember when we had that against the Lakers for like a day or two? That was fun. That was very fun, wasn't it? But Panthers fans now have to go through just whatever the awful, hellish experience is of going 3-13 or 3-14 and not even getting the first or second overall pick. Just absolutely awful, dude. I mean, that just, you can't really wrap your head around it. It just feels like there's no coming back from that.
Yeah, and also you have the number 1 pick this year in Bryce Young, and he went out there and lost to Badgett, who was a D2 undrafted quarterback.
Yeah. And C.J. Stroud is balling.
Hard.
Number 2 pick is incredible. So, yeah, it's just awful time to be a Panthers fan.
Yeah, I only know 1, so it's okay.
There was a lot of debate, though. Remember, when the Panthers traded up, a lot of Saints fans are very upset because they would have wanted to, the Saints to do the same thing. Like, go get your future. Go get your guy, right? Like, do something exciting. And, look, I understand that. Like, talked about it. Like, eventually the Saints do need to draft a quarterback in the first round. I don't know when it's going to be. Many people have lived entire lives without them doing so, but eventually they'll have to do it. But you do have to understand that nothing is without risk, and maybe this still works out long term because like Bryce Young ends up being really incredible. I mean, we were talking about making sweeping judgments off a small sample size still, but this is the downside when you go all in. And for Carolina, it's not just that it's not working out; it's a complete implosion and just an absolute top to bottom disaster, and now you've leveraged your future, but you still suck in the short term. So it's like it's not like you actually you got worse in the short term, and your future looks bleaker. That's not a great place to be.
No, it is not. If you had another number 1 pick and you felt like, okay, look, we got our quarterback. We're not going to take another quarterback, although you might with Caleb Williams. Like, we still have a very impactful piece that we have. We can draft a player. We can be the team that trades back and gets a couple of first-round picks. But when you make the move, and that's why a lot of GMs are so nervous to do it, when you make the move and it doesn't work out, and you're just as bad, or actually worse than you were a year ago, and now somebody else gets to draft Caleb Williams, and you have a quarterback. Again, I'm not going to say Bryce Young is a bust.
We'll give Bryce time.
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
It is year one on a bad football team, but that cannot. Well, good for Saints, but can't be a great feeling for Carolina's future.
Taylor, I see you grabbing your mic. Were you adjusting your mic in here? Did you want to hop in and say something?
Oh, no, I was crossing my arms, but.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I thought you were about to have a Bryce Young take.
Yeah,
I don't think he's very good.
Teased us.
We had this conversation before the season, and I asked you guys, find me the huge difference between him and a guy like Stetson Bennett. I didn't think he was good coming into the year.
Taylor has had some. Taylor, now granted, he's got a bit of remember this thing I was right about? But Taylor has had.
Hey, I've been bad in the pontoon parlay. We do right, wrong, or indifferent every week.
Taylor has had actually a lot of preseason takes come to fruition. He was the guy at camp every day watching LSU. We couldn't go because our schedules. And, he'd come in here and be like, Mason Smith doesn't look that good. Mm-hmm. And I was kind of like, nah, dude. I mean, you don't know what you're talking about. That can't be right. Yeah, he's come back from injury, blah, blah, blah. He's going to be fine. This D-line should be fine. It's McKay wing on everything. And, well, no. Mason Smith, this LSU D-line has actually been pretty bad all season long. There's this one about Bryce Young, and I feel like there's one more that I'm blanking on right now, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, good job. I'm slowly but surely giving you more respect and trusting your football eye a bit more.
Well, thank you, I guess.
No, yeah, don't go too far with it.
It was like a backhanded compliment.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why I threw in there. I guess. I get you.
You were an idiot.
But not that bad.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's like
I'm
you
saying,
suck less than you used to.
Yeah,
I get it.
That's actually
You
exactly
gotta work your way up. I understand.
I'm saying I thought you were an idiot, and now I'm like, he's not an idiot. So, there you go.
Well, he's never told Mario that, so maybe he still thinks Mario's an idiot. I don't know.
No, I never
or
thought
maybe
Mario
he never
was
did.
I never thought Mario was
or
an
maybe
idiot.
he never did, yeah.
I don't know.
You're the one that doesn't let me forget my takes.
Mine
my takes.
Me and
from the show.
Mario's Discord, is that the right word? I don't know. Our friction sometimes just comes from some of Mario's more old man feeling, moral or ethical stands, or just general life opinions or pop culture opinions are where me and Mario tend to cross more than sports. We tend to line up on sports more often than not, I would say. How's everyone feeling today, boys?
I mean, after that compliment, I'm feeling really good. So
You sounded awful this morning.
Yeah. This is actually the best I've sounded all week. It's been a rough week.
Not talking. You were just making a lot of weird noises back there that were on the edge of throwing up or a throat clear.
I've had a cold. I'm kind of breaking it, and you get that little scratchy cough, the end of it.
Yeah.
That's what I was dealing with.
See, look, my original plan for this bit was to ask you how you're feeling and then immediately tell you to shut up when you started talking. And I did it, okay?
That's fine.
So there you go, dude. I'm glad you're feeling better. Hell yeah.
Thank you. I can tell you're feeling better. And
shut up.
I'm glad you
not
are.
Great. The Storybook Soiree was awesome, but I'm just not built for late midweek nights anymore.
So what was it?
Fundraiser for Knock Knock Museum. I was doing the live auction, which is always very fun. And we raised money for the museum, which is great. Very happy about that. But I'm an old man now, dude. I'm just not built for this life anymore.
I mean, your dad's been telling you your whole life you couldn't do it.
Look.
Who with the Owls? Soar with the Eagles.
We soaring. We're gonna soar today. We got a good show planned. We'll give you our final Florida LSU thoughts in a bit. We'll talk some more Saints. Pretty shocked about a Pulse at a Debo number I dug up. Probably run around all of college football to celebrate this Football Friday in hour number 2 and hour 3. River's gonna join the show. We'll pop open some champagne. Little hair of the dog never hurt no one. And we'll do our pontoon parlay. So we gonna soar. Make no mistake. Just like I believe the Tigers are going to soar this Saturday. Brian Kelly meeting with the media yesterday, and Jaden Daniels is probable, which means LSU will probably win. Very good. Feel very good about Jaden Daniels and company bouncing back. After last
probable
week.
that they'll win?
Yes. Now that Jaden is playing, absolutely. We've laid it out all week. Certainly, I have defensive concerns. Like we said, if you look at 3 defenses and Arkansas, Vandy, and was it Mississippi State?
Yep.
Yeah, the 3 defenses that kind of rank around, or in Arkansas's case, much better than LSU. Florida put up an average of 38 against those teams. So I love Death Valley at night in this element. I think that actually helps the defense quite a bit. But like, I'm fully expecting Florida to put up points, but I'm expecting Jaden Daniels to put up more points. Here's the deal though, Jake. Tell me if I'm wrong here, because this is how I just feel in my gut right now. I think Florida's going to put up points. I don't know that I'm nervous at all about LSU losing. Like, it doesn't feel like Ole Miss or Mizzou to me, where you're having to just overcome and find ways to fight back. Like, to me, it just, I don't know. Like, I think LSU's actually going to control the game. I think they're going to win. I just think that Florida's going to get some cheap points, like, along the way.
Yeah, so Ole Miss and Missouri, their offense is built different. It's built on a different tempo, different speed. I think they have better offensive players, but Florida has some offensive players. Certainly, guys.
Yeah.
Ricky Pearsall, somebody we've talked about, ETN, running back. I mean, Graham Mertz is efficient. I wouldn't call him explosive by any means, but he is efficient. So it's not the same. Like, I don't want to call it like great value anybody, but like Graham Mertz is not Brady Cook. He's not Jackson Dart, but he's
Graham Mertz
serviceable.
averages 6 yards per attempt.
Right.
Like,
There's
6
not explosion
yards per attempt. Last year, Jaden averaged 7.
So you can take the boy out of the Big
full
Ten. You can't take the
yard
Big
less.
Ten out of the boy.
Yeah, exactly. That's very well said. That's very funny, actually.
I had some great value tater tots yesterday, and they were great.
I prefer Kirkland myself, but sure, See, this is where we once again.
Just saying, nothing wrong with great value.
Well,
I didn't know where you were going.
You can spend a little bit extra on the tater tots.
but it is less than, though. I mean, you're right. There is nothing wrong with it. Well, I don't know, though. I would actually take Kirkland brand over a lot of stuff, so I feel you, Mark.
Honestly, it was a huge bag. That kind of swayed me.
Well, I mean, that's
Yeah, that's why it's a great value.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, sorry.
You get the huge
point
bag for the price of the small bag.
But like, great value tater tots, I'm sure, are still really delicious. Like, I don't know if I'm giving Graham Mertz great value tater tot level of play. Like, I don't think Florida fans enjoy Graham Mertz as much as they enjoy great value tater tots.
So, hey, if we're talking about Florida's defense, which we hadn't got into a ton, it's been more offensive discussion with Florida. Their defense gives up points and yards because they kind of play chaotic. Like, everything's available. Like, you don't know when it's going to come. Like, they'll play zero, they'll have a corner cat, and it gets them in trouble sometimes. Now, it can create a big play, a turnover, game-changing play type situation, but it is reckless.
Yeah. What is reckless? Florida?
Their defense.
Yeah.
And what they do. I'll pull up the exact numbers, what it is, but if you watch the tape, I mean, they will do a lot of different things at any given time.
And that's how they've gotten into trouble this year. And like we talked about, we looked at the quarterbacks that dominate, and none of those quarterbacks even handle Jaden's jock. Like, Spencer Rattler popped off against his Florida team, and KJ Jefferson had a lot of success. Like, Jaden, and how about this? Let's go to break, and when we get back, let's discuss the Alabama hangover, right? Does it still exist? It was something that kind of defined the Miles era by the end. Orgeron seemed to have broken it. This is Kelly's first opportunity to prove how his team will handle it. Let's break it down next here on OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Go to ITI Technical College, iticollege.edu, iticollege.edu. For 50 years, y'all, ITI's been changing people's lives, man. And this is a local, family-owned trade company, okay? This is not some national, for-profit, fly-by-night coming in here to take advantage of you. No, man. They're off Airline Highway. They've been there for 50 years, and they have everything. They have incredible faculty that have real-world experience. They have excellent digital models, scale models, full-scale models that you will work on the very equipment you will be working on. You get that AOS degree in just 2 years. They work around your schedule. They do mock interviews. They have great job fairs, pathways to internships, Get out of a job, get into a career with ITI.
Go to iticollege.edu, and on the homepage, you'll see exactly what we talk about when we say go see the campus over off Airline Highway. It is set up for your success. Go see it today, iticollege.edu.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to manage your money and time. Gulf Coast Bank and Trust, the bank that cares about you.
BRAC teamed up to reimagine your parks, and you imagined big. With your help, we went to work, creating 12 beautiful community parks across the parish. A family-sized water park, miles and miles of trails, and parks just for your dogs. There are more places to splash, to explore, to run wild, and even soar. You imagined, we delivered. Gold. BRAC, your #1 park system in the nation.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, we're featuring 2023 Toyota Tundras with $2,000 bonus cash. $2,000 bonus cash offer on Toyota Tundras. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri.
Boy, you turn me inside out and round, upside down. Boy, you turn me inside out and round.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Oh, man. Did I tell you about the boys in Germany? My friends in Germany for the football game?
You did.
They just got
Yellow FOMO?
Yeah. Do I have FOMO? They're just eating sausage, schnitzel, pretzels, and drinking delicious beer and looking at buxom Bavarian women. Of course I have FOMO. And they just left a Roman sauna with my buddy's boss. God, that sounds awesome. How come we don't have bathhouses anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I go sweat with other bros in like a giant pool?
I think they still have that.
They have those in like bigger cities, right?
Does anybody know of a bathhouse in New Orleans?
I don't know if New Orleans would consider itself. I'm talking about like.
No, yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. But we do not have bathhouses anymore.
When you said I thought you meant our
Would
country.
you go to a bathhouse in New Orleans, though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. I
Yes, he
don't think
would.
you understand some of the places and some of the things I have done in some parts of New Orleans, Taylor. A bathhouse would be the least of your concern. Let's just say that. There's a lot of seedy back rooms in a lot of different establishments.
CD what?
CD Lamb.
Oh.
Needs to play better. Okay?
Gotcha.
That's what's holding the Cowboys back right now.
Oh, it's C.D. Lamb?
It's C.D. Lamb.
He has like 330 yards in the last 2 games.
Oh, okay. What did Kirk Ferentz say? There's not a more overrated stat in all of football than offensive yardage. Okay. He knows football. He's won a lot of games.
He does win games.
Have you, Taylor? Didn't think so. Who's going to win the Big Ten West this year? Actually, I don't know. Is it still Iowa or did they fall off?
Probably Iowa.
Yeah, I guess just always. Just answer probably Iowa. I am so happy, boys. Thank you. Actually, Taylor, you did do something good yesterday. You let me know about the under 28.5 for Iowa.
Is it dropped or is it still 28?
I'm not sure, but I immediately put $50 on it just to celebrate what an incredible moment it is that we live where I could bet a college football game at under 28.5 for a full game total.
It's still 28.5.
Hell yeah, dude. Look, if y'all want free money, hop on. Hop on or get left behind. I don't know what to tell you. I think it's going to be like 11-2. Can't wait. All right, let's talk Hangover. That was a good song, by the way, Mark. That was bad. I like that. It was nice. Let's talk Hangover.
The movie?
Yes. Directed by?
Some Phillips.
Todd Phillips.
I couldn't get
Right?
the first. I could not get
What
the
else
first
did he
name.
direct?
Hangover
Old
2?
School?
Yeah, Hangover 2. Did he do Old School?
I'm pretty sure he did Old School.
I thought Old School was, yeah, I don't know. I think he did. I think you're right. Anyway, Hangover 2, maybe.
Hangover 3?
I don't know if he did 3.
I'm just assuming.
Yeah, Todd Phillips, Old School.
Okay. What else did he direct? The Joker, Joaquin Phoenix.
Ah.
Yeah, how about that?
I watched that for the first time over the summer.
Remember, he
you think?
shows up in Old
That's pretty
School. It knocks on the door. He was here for the
I'm
party.
here for the orgy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the guy. Oh, that's Todd Phillips. I didn't know that with like the curly afro and the mustache. Okay, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Or I'm here for the gangbang, right? That's what
I said party because it's 7:23.
Oh.
That's why I said party.
All that is something that you can order off the McDonald's menu. It's like where you get 2 McDoubles and McChicken, and you just kind of sandwich them together.
And somebody's gonna go order that.
Some
today.
children are going to be asking their parents to go to McDonald's.
They get really
tonight
mad if
because
you
of
ask them for
T-Bob.
that these days.
Why, in the year of our Lord 2023, Mark,
Not saying I
would
do.
you have
I'm
firsthand
just saying-
experience about the
I'm
reaction
not
of
saying
McDonald's
I have
to the
firsthand
McGangbang?
experience. I'm just saying because of this and so many people seeing it on the internet go to McDonald's, they get mad if you ask.
No, I mean, look, there is definitely a it's becoming all too familiar refrain that some off-item menu goes viral on TikTok, then these poor employees have to deal with 1,000 a-holes
Yes.
like ordering this stuff. I still feel like you probably tried to order one recently. True or false?
No, it's been several years.
He did go to McDonald's the other day, and he never goes to McDonald's.
Don't lie, dude. Don't be a
No,
McBusta.
I got a Big Mac and nuggets, but no, I did not get a McGangbang.
You got a Big Mac.
Yes.
Okay.
Big
I
Mac's
had a
not,
Big
bro.
Mac in
Big
a
Mac's
long
not bad.
time.
But you know what he did do? He didn't take the middle bun out, but he took the crust off the
The
middle
outside.
bun to achieve perfect bread ratio.
Hell
Wait,
yeah.
is that him?
Yeah,
I was thinking about that the other
yeah.
day. I was like, somebody I work with told me that, and I couldn't remember
It's
who it
the
was.
best quirk I've ever
Who
heard
in
in
the
my
Ted
life.
Bundy would do that besides Mario?
It's the best.
I just couldn't remember who it was.
It's the best quirk I've ever heard in my entire life. Though, you know, maybe it is. Maybe you just have a more European palate. You know, like, I don't know. Maybe so.
I guess.
All right, let's get into the hangover for real. Who do y'all think's bigger risk of a hangover this week? Mizzou, Tennessee, or LSU in Florida? But obviously, the kind of crux of this, guys, is Mizzou losing last week as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Georgia in a tough battle, and then LSU losing Alabama.
Both at home, that helps.
Yes.
Both at home absolutely helps. And For Missouri, before we get to LSU, for Missouri, if they want to change the tier that they're currently in, now, I'm not saying they're going from tier 1 to 2. They're probably going from tier 3 to tier 2.
Yeah.
But if they want to change that, they got to win games like this. They're a home dog, small dogs, like 1. I think it's
like 1.5.
-1.
I think, yeah,
it's going back and forth, 1, 1.5. But I thought it should be Mizzou -3, basically a pick 'em. It's not. They favor Tennessee. This is an opportunity for them to come show that they are not just old Mizzou. Like, they are a team that is going in the right direction. All the things that they've done, all the equity they've built up this year. Also, they've got the number 2 player in the country overall committed to them. So if they can continue this momentum, Tennessee's a team that's in their way to get to the next tier. So they got a lot on the line for Missouri, and not just this year, but in the future 2-3 years of their program for their game and them not to have a hangover.
I know that St. Louis, from a size standpoint, is similar to New Orleans. I wonder if it's economically similar. I guess what I'm getting at here is we don't think about it often, but does Mizzou have money?
Yes.
Because there's no other schools.
There's
right?
no other FBS school in Missouri.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
So you are talking in the same way that essentially Louisiana gets all of the money funneled into LSU. Like, even if it's not the best state, you still have an entire state dedicated to Mizzou. And so in the NIL era,
and they passed the new NIL law.
Okay.
They're in Missouri, so that for their benefit, for their advantage, and so they've got all the things going in their direction. They have all the benefits now. St. Louis, you would know this way better than we do. I mean, your brother coaches there, but St. Louis football is pretty good, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, it's tough. It's definitely not like the Georgia, Texas, Louisiana, California tier, but I don't know actually. I don't know.
But your brother coach in St. Louis?
Yeah, and his school's awesome. They smash teams. They win state every year. Yeah, but I don't know.
Bo,
you're the one that actually knows about high school football. I don't know. Isn't it good? I feel like you know way more.
God, no. Bo Hebert, if you're listening, you're probably listening later on in the day. Let us know.
We're getting very distracted. Here. Mizzou, LSU. This is how I would score it. I would say that there is no excuse for Mizzou to be hungover. I'm not saying they're going to win the games. I think it's a very even battle, but there's no excuse for Mizzou to come out flat. They still have a ton to play for, like you were getting at, Jake, before you got distracted. This is massive for Mizzou to take that next step. They have so much positive momentum. They could get to 10 wins still, and if they win this game, they likely will get to 10. They'll be favored in the last 2. So 10-2 regular season.
They get to a New Year's Six bowl game potentially.
That's what I'm saying, coming off of a 6-7 year in which you were 3-5 in the SEC, then you go 10-2, 6-2. That's massive. Whereas I look at LSU on the other hand, and you have an awful defense, which can always lead to a hangover. It's like drinking cheap liquor. You thought you were maybe a championship team, which always leads to a bit of pain. I don't think Mizzou ever really expected to beat Georgia, or maybe that's unfair, but for outside looking in, that's how I felt about it. So I think LSU is more at risk of falling into a trap, but this is why you hired Brian Kelly, right? This is literally the entire thing that the process is supposed to fight against. That when you're process oriented and not results oriented, you don't go all in on this game and then lose it and say, well, the season's whatever now. No, you just stick to your process and you do the exact same things, and through that you come out and you play your best game.
Yeah, it's certainly supposed to be what this program is moving forward, and games like this are the games they're supposed to win. You made a great point the other day that your 3 losses are on the road against top 10 teams.
It's true, and I still have from Brian Kelly, but that is actually, when you think about it, it's true.
And it's not like an excuse. LSU's got to win those games, but it's not like you've lost to teams like Florida, who's 5-4,
yes,
and kind of limping in right after losing to a bad Arkansas team. So
the only thing Florida did impressive this year was somehow win that Tennessee game as dominant as they did. Swamp and I don't know what it was, what Tennessee was on. Joe Milton was way worse. Now he's kind of heating up a little bit. But yeah, Florida otherwise has been as awful as advertised this year.
Yeah, so this game is these are the games you have to win at LSU. You're not going to get a pass for losing those other games. You're going to expect to win those games in the future, but those games and those losses make way more sense than if you lost to Florida here at home. like with all the things surrounding this game and it being a rival and, celebrating the 03 national championship and all those things.
That yeah, I forgot about that 20-year anniversary.
Celebrating the
We always
baseball
love
championship
an
as well.
anniversary. Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think Tigers are going to roll. I can't explain it. I'm just getting a feeling, again, like I said, the defense is going to give up some points, but I think the defense at home at night will actually maybe bounce back a bit, perform a bit better. Graham Mertz not as threatening. Like Pearsall is going to get his for sure. Etienne will make some plays, but I think LSU's going to roll here. I think Jaden Daniels, this offense is going to dominate. I think Jaden Daniels likely realizes that he still actually has a ton of Heisman momentum.
Yeah.
It kind of, we analyze and we predict, but you never quite know how things are going to go. And I don't know, man, the fallout from the Alabama game has more been along the lines of actually this guy is awesome and should go to New York and actually is the best quarterback in the country.
Yes.
Because we continue to see Caleb Williams fall off from a play standpoint as well. Drake May's been nothing this year from a play standpoint. Speaking of ACC quarterbacks that have gone awry, Tyler Van Dyke's about to be benched.
I know.
Crazy.
That's his career, though.
LOL Texas
I
A&M.
mean, he is.
Except for that year, 2 years ago, whenever it was. 2 years, incredible. Maybe it was 3 years ago. No, I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, so Jaden's Heisman hope's very much still alive. Malik Neighbors could still set records, and it's just fun to ball out in Tiger Stadium at night. So I'm expecting big thing.
Sold out crowd.
Yeah, hell
so
yeah.
that's always, and the crowd always brings it against the Florida Gators. Now, I mentioned that their defense is one that will take chances. Okay, so 286 passes this year have been attempted against the Florida Gators. They've blitzed on 137 of those. That's 47.9%.
Bro, Jaden Daniels will murder you if you try that. What?
Right. So they've brought the nickel 13.1%. They've brought the corner T-Bob 10.2%. I mean, they're bringing guys, and they're bringing them from every single level. They've had simulated pressures 24%. So even when they're not coming, it looks like they are. They bring at least 5 guys 46% of the time.
Jesus. Okay.
They bring 6 guys 20% of the time.
I love it because Jaden Daniels has probably been watching film at 5 a.m. then every day this week and just licking his chops. It's time for him to go to the Chinese buffet this week. And, I mean, just unlimited plates of sesame chicken. Maybe a little coconut chicken if you want, man.
Coconut chicken?
Yeah, right, coconut chicken. I think it might be more. I think coconut. Yeah, bro, coconut shrimp's great too. But coconut shrimp is breaded, right? Yeah, no, I'm talking about like this. I think it's Thai, more than like I find a Thai place more. But like, does anybody know what I'm talking about? Coconut chicken's a very, very sweet.
Yeah, it's almost
white,
like a cream sauce on top.
Yes, yeah. Choo boy.
You gotta stop making me so hungry, man.
I go honey walnut
chicken,
shrimp.
man.
Honey
Probably
walnut
not
shrimp.
too dissimilar.
Honey walnut shrimp at Panda Express is very solid.
See, I've never gotten anything else except for orange chicken at Panda Express. So I have no idea what anything else tastes like.
Sweet Fire honey chicken I actually like better because it's spicier and it comes with a little pineapple too with the chicken.
Okay.
It's good.
Okay. A little sweet heat.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Am I going to eat Chinese tonight? Probably. That's how this works.
Cool.
It looks like there is a bathhouse in New Orleans as well, guys. So if we want to do a team OTB, bonding event and go get naked and steamy together, we can. It looks a little more like mental health and healing than I'm looking for, though.
Like a spa?
Yeah, it's a little more spa. I want a little more like, like old school bathhouse, like
a James Bond movie.
Yes, exactly.
Turkish bathhouse in every spy movie.
Yes, that is what I want to be like Viggo Mortensen out there slinging meat, fighting someone like in Eastern Promises.
He did that. You've got experience with that, not the fighting part, the other part.
Yeah, that's true. I used to love messing with my coaches back in the day at the because we had a sauna in the locker room, and the coaches loved to go in there afterwards, and I just used to go in sans towel. Just swinging me and just go sit as close as possible. Coach Brick be like, T-Bomb, what the hell are you doing? Like, shut it. I don't know. Fun times. When we get back here at OTB, more football. Keep it locked.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
K to Z window coverings. KTOZblinds.com. KTOZblinds.com. You got some swinging shutters that need to be fixed? Well, guess what? K to Z's got your back, man. Okay? And I don't care if it's interior, exterior, you're trying to do like a man cave, a theater room, outdoor living space, and maybe you're just thinking more aesthetic. Maybe you're thinking functional. Well, guess what? With K to Z, they're going to get you both. And you're going to get the best prices, 25 years of experience. This is what they do. Window coverings that wow. K2Z.
Shades, shutters, drapes, exterior, interior, they can literally do it all. But the best part about it is attention to detail. When they come into your home, they're not going to just give you the same thing they give everyone else, because your house is not my house. And so they come in, they get a plan together. There's different options for different spaces. There's a lot of different colors as well when we're talking about drapes and outside, inside. I didn't know that. I do now. K2ZBlinds.com, K2ZBlinds.com.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
Was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Bayou Ford is taking $10,000 off MSRP on all new 23 Ford F-150 Black Widow trucks, plus $2,750 discount APR and 5.9% for 72 months. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Gulf Coast Bank and Trust is giving our customers the power to bank anywhere, anytime during this challenging event. And we're right there with you. Our mobile banking app is a smart way to
for a Football Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Cork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. Will get you ready for LSU and Florida with Preston Guy and Saints and Vikings pick. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN, Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Brent Semino says, am I wrong for thinking we could sack Mertz a few times on Saturday? Probably. If we're just looking at like
a sack?
I mean, LSU's got to be dead last in the FC in sacks. I haven't actually looked this up.
Sack.
It's Friday then. Yeah. Yep, dead last.
How many do we have on the year? Can I guess?
Yep.
We have 6.
Ha! That's really funny because that is what it feels like, but that would be absurd. If you had 6 in 9 games,
How
that
many
would
is
truly be awful. It's 16. Which
16?
feels crazy. Yeah. But you stacked a lot, I'm sure.
We got a lot against
Like, we
Army.
can look at a game log situation here and see.
I mean, dead last?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not surprising, but
Yeah,
still.
look, you had
A&M has double +2 of
you had
what
4
have.
sacks against Mississippi State. That's right. You got to have the quarterback that day.
Yep.
You had 4 against Arkansas, which, yeah, KJ Jefferson kind of running around probably led to a couple. 2 against Mizzou, 2 against Auburn. So every game you've won is a game when you've actually gotten after the quarterback. You had none against Florida State, 1 against Grambling. You had 0 against Ole Miss. You had 2 against Alabama.
You had 1 sack against Grambling?
Yeah.
Grambling got after you a little bit in the first portion
yeah.
of that game. What's crazy is Florida is tied with you at 16, and they bring that much pressure.
That's insane that you're going to be blitzing for, at least LSU's not getting sacks because they're relying on a D-line that just isn't good at trying to get to the quarterback alone. These dudes are out here rushing 48% of the time, adding to the rush, and still only have 16
How about
sacks.
this wild number? LSU is 4th in completion percentage. They only give up 59.9% completion percentage.
Who do y'all think leads in sacks?
I know.
LSU only allows 49 completion.
59%, but it's best for 4th in the SEC.
Which team leads in sacks?
No. Which player on LSU?
Oh, on LSU.
You should get the lead easy. I mean, he's
Is it
clearly,
Perkins?
yes,
Okay.
obviously. He's clearly the only one that's made consistent plays. He has 4. Then Mekhi Wingo has 2.5. And Greg Penn has 2. And then Smith, Swinson, Jones, Smith, Womack, Shan, Burns, Jefferson, Weeks all have 1.
1.
That's wild, man. Mason Smith has as many sacks as Major Burns. I don't know. Whatever. There's no need for this negativity, okay?
Hey.
Okay? They're going to sack Florida a ton. You're right. Person in the chat whose comment kicked this off. LSU is going to dominate Graham Mertz, come up with 7 or 8 sacks. It's going to be sick.
You want to feel better about yourself? Guess the completion percentage that Mississippi State gives up.
66.
Oh, I'm going to go high. I'm going to say 73.
Okay.
That's a crazy number. You cannot give up 73 as a team.
71.7.
Good God, what?
71.7% completion percentage against Mississippi State this year.
That's wild.
Quarterbacks are 195 for 272. Whoa.
Yeah, that's awful. That is truly awful. Okay, Florida does allow the 11th most sacks in the league. They've given up 27 on the year, so, maybe. God, Alabama is still dead last in sacks allowed. We make fun of South Carolina so much, they've both given up 37 sacks on the year.
Yeah.
Which is weird because, Jalen Miller hitting that deep ball, you would think everybody would just drop back into coverage against him.
Oh, you son of a gun.
Too soon.
That was actually funny. Yeah, so you're really looking at 2 inept defensive lines and defenses here, kind of like we've been laying out all week. You look at TFLs, LSU 12th, 46, Florida 13th, 45. Texas A&M has 81 for reference, 81 TFLs in the year. Tennessee 74. What in the hell happened, man? How do we? I don't want to be negative. How do we get here, guys? How do we get here? It just doesn't make sense. I know the roster was flawed. I know you had to do all the rebuilding. I know that you missed on every position in the secondary, you hit on everyone last year. But how did the defense get? This is LSU, a place that used to be built, the entire empires and championships built. And we're going to be honoring Chad Lavallee on Saturday.
And Marcus Spears.
Yeah.
And Marquise Hill was on that team. Rest in peace.
Corey
The
Webster.
Beast.
Dogs, one and all. Who's the linebackers?
Lionel Turner, Walker High grad.
Jack Hunt. LaRon Landry.
Eric Alexander.
Travis Daniels.
Jeez, those
Yeah,
poor
EA.
guys. They got to be so sad to see what this has become.
Kyle Williams was on that team.
Kyle
too.
Williams.
God,
Cows.
What happened, boys? What happened? You know what it is? We just got so enamored with offense, dude. We just, we didn't have it for so long. And it's all we wanted. And it's all we prayed for. And in a bedazzled-esque Faustian deal, we got, we find, like, the devil came and said, do you want, like, the best offense you've ever seen? So the hell yeah. And look at what the devil done did. Mm-hmm. Then taking away, the devil works in awful ways. That's why you can never make a deal with the devil.
Think about what you'd give up to get a Jonathan Zenon on this team.
Oh, it'd be massive. It'd be game-breaking, dude. Massive. Oh, well.
Just a really solid corner that was physical, wasn't flashy, didn't play 12 years in the NFL, but was a damn good college football player. Like, what would you do for, like, a Jonathan Zenon?
I know I'm just being, like, surface level, like, yeah, do this guy. But, like, we should bring Chevis Jackson back to coach the secondary. And
are they still, like, I think they're still, like, top 15 or 20 in pass defense. Like,
he's at Marshall, you said, right?
Yeah, he's at Marshall.
Yeah. Was he there with Andre Sam last year?
Yeah, because I don't think this is his first year.
I think I know he's at Kansas for a little bit with Les, but I think this is his second year.
Ooh, a common link. Interesting.
Yeah,
come on, man. Chevis also is like an all-SEC corner here.
Yeah, but I mean on the team right now.
68th pick overall.
Nookie's right, dude. Everyone did fear that we'd become a finesse team if we embraced the spread, and look, here we are. Man. E-Dub says not only they missed in the portal, they missed in recruiting. Well, look, let's be clear. Like, you have perfect storms of good, and then you have perfect storms of bad. And it's not just any one thing. You did miss in the portal. You did miss in recruiting. You had bad injuries. You had awful injury luck. You bet on guys maybe changing that didn't change. Maybe some guys came, like, so yeah, it's all sort of everything. But all right, whatever. I didn't want to go negative with it. I'm sorry. That was a dark hole. Because at the end of the day, like we said yesterday, you still have Jaden Daniels. You still have Malik Neighbors. You need to give thanks for that. You need to enjoy that while you still have them and watch them ball out this weekend. Man. Meal says whispers. Madhouse is stealing from LSU. I don't know. Yeah, maybe so. When we get back, let's go ahead and close out hour number 1. Football Friday is going to roll right along. Keep it locked right here on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Noel Family Distillery. Jake, remind me, I don't want to forget, because that's what I was trying to remember just now. Remind me to talk about the Root Hogs when we get back.
Root Hogs, gotcha.
Noel Family Distillery. Chip and Natalie Noel have been working for years, y'all, to create exquisite spirits, right? Studying in Mexico for months, create a unique blend of highland and lowland agave with some distinct notes to give it a Louisiana feel. I can't explain it, but when you taste it, you'll know what I mean. And you know me, I freaking love tequila, okay? And I love Noel Family Tequila. The Reposado is very good. I tend to just skew towards the Blanco, personally. It's the official tequila of LSU Athletics. So the bottom line is, look, rum, tequila, vodka, whatever, ask for Noel.
Yeah, you'll see the signage when you're driving into Tiger Stadium this weekend. I actually saw it this morning. They are the official tequila. You can get that inside of Tiger Stadium. You should get it all the time, inside and outside the stadium. NoelDistillery.com.
Our listeners fire up their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. $20,000 off plus no payments for 90 days on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case.
So join us for Friday's AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Matt is back. Phil Steele previewing the college football weekend. Riot Radio Hours guest picker. Friday's AFR 3 to 6, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
You get a fast car. I want a ticket to anywhere. Maybe we make a deal. Maybe together we can get somewhere. Any place is better. Starting from zero.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Tanning, y'all. Welcome back. OTB. We're doing Act 10 Baton Rouge, Act10BR.com. All your AC, heat, and electrical needs. You want that service, the highest degree. You want Accutemp. And just wait till you work with them. You're going to see it. It's going to blow you away, guys. It's just incredible. No matter what the problem is, they go the extra mile. You get treasures coming home. They send you entire bios of who's coming into your home. Like, it is the thing that separates. Quality work, don't get me wrong, absolutely. Ask for the Star Club membership, but it is the service. That's why the reviews are so high. Matt C says, T-Bob, speaking of the Root Hogs, man, those 70s Collie Mac teams were inspiring. Imagine the offense we'd have today with those defenses. Whew. Yeah, so I got to hang out with a couple of the Root Hogs last night at the Knock Knock Museum, Jake. And do you know about the Root Hogs?
No, but I wrote it down because you told me to.
I only know about them because they were in our O-line meeting room on the wall, and so I see them to the left every single day.
Yeah.
But I think it was the 1977. I might be off by a year or two, but it was the old 1977 offensive line where Charlie Alexander rushed for what, like 2,000 yards or something insane. I can't remember what the exact
I know
stat
what season
was.
you're talking about, though.
But yeah, bro, it was great getting to chop it up with a couple of the OGs yesterday, talking about how they were playing center and guard at 250 and 245 back in 77.
Yes,
just
sir.
Getting after it, dude.
Probably never even complained. Just went out there and did what they had to do.
Hell yeah, man. So that was a lot.
I
of
was
fun.
right on Charles Alexander's heels. Like 700 more yards, I'd have been right there with him.
Yeah, exactly. That's all it was, dude. That's all it was, dude. I'm gonna look up during the break some more.
Gosh, I hate doing this with like a minute left, but so you don't have to have 5 stars across the board to be dominant up front. The offensive line that I ran behind, I would do anything for those guys, and they were maulers. Now, not one of them played a regular season snap in the NFL, but it didn't matter. Saron Black, Lyle Hitt, Brett Helms, Cardell Stewart, Herman Johnson. Man, they just went out there and they were road graders. I mean, they were maulers. Technique wasn't perfect, wasn't always perfect, but they went out there and they put their body on the line every single week, and they became dominant against 4 first-round picks for the Florida Gators that game. That's something we don't talk about. Ryan Miller, backup center, came in, played guard, and was army crawling his way to get me into the end zone.
Yeah.
It doesn't always have to be the Jimmies and Joes. Sometimes it can be the heart that gets you past the line.
How about in 77 against Oregon, Charles Alexander rushed for 237 and 4 touchdowns. That's tight. LSU, Oregon in 77.
I think Norv Turner was on that team.
Off the bench with Hester and T-Ba.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared toward seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scucha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Running Parts Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Join the Baton Rouge Zoo Foundation on November 18th for Zoo Run, produced by the professional racing company A5. The annual fundraising event is going to be better than ever. This year, the 5K is back, along with the Kids Fun Run, so the whole family can participate. And by the way, every participant does receive a medal. Winners in various age groups will get a special Zoo Run trophy. Plus, Zoo Run benefits conservation and education programs at Breck's Baton Rouge Zoo. So run to snag your spot today at brzoo.org/zoorun.
Insurance companies have teams of professionals to fight your claim. If you want to know what your case is really worth, I'm Spencer Callahan. I'd like to help.
Spencer Callahan is the one to see. Call 387-2323.
LA filing number 16-7970.
WNXX, Jackson, KNXX, Donaldsonville, and WDGL HD2 Baton Rouge. This hour brought to you by Spencer Callahan Injury Lawyers, LA 21-12681. Offices in Baton Rouge.
Good morning, everybody. It is 8 a.m. on Friday, November 10th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 85. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. Hour number 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Yo. What's happening, y'all? Welcome back to OTB, hour number 2. Football Friday. Let's get into it. So like I told you, I think the Tigers, I think they're going to handle Florida. You know, I know we ended on a sour note talking about the defense, but again, go back to Jaden Daniels. He's awesome. Somebody in the chat just says, could Jaden Daniels get year 6 due to COVID? I wish you could have Jaden Daniels for 10 years, but
he's about to be a Sunday player.
Yes. And that's where it becomes a bit interesting. Should he be a first-round pick? And I can't help but think back to, because like all things with Jaden Daniels, all roads lead to Joe Burrow, right? Because there's a lot of parallels there that we see just recently. And so it's kind of interesting to, analyze the two as one another. And do y'all remember what it felt like when people started saying like, wow, like do you remember the Joe Burrow climb at first? It was like, wow, is he like actually good? Like, is he like a mid-round pick? Maybe like a day 1 pick, and then, or like a day 2. Then it was like, oh my God, is he a first rounder? And it was like, what? Is he the first overall pick?
Right.
And it ended up happening. And I'm not saying Daniels was first overall pick, but the point is, like, I'll never forget one of my best friends, Seth Dunlap, back in the day. We're talking, and I remember being like, I don't know why, like, he couldn't be number 1 overall. And Seth, who's like very football smart, great football mind, but he's not like an LSU fan or Saints fan. He's from the Pacific Northwest, from Washington. And he was just like, come on, dude. Like, no way. Like that doesn't make it. And I feel like there's a little bit of that when you get to Jaden Daniels being a first-round pick. But the question is, why not? Why no way? Because he now reads defenses fully. He goes through his progressions. He makes all the throws. He throws the deep ball with incredible touch and accuracy. He has the legs that are becoming, as we talked about all week long, more and more prevalent throughout the NFL if you want to be a successful quarterback. And most importantly to me, he showed you the intangible things like work ethic. The amount, the same way that Joe Burrow got a lot of credit for the amount of improvement that he went from one year to the next. Like, I think Jaden Daniels should get credit as well. He, again, guys, don't forget, this didn't happen by accident. It happened because he worked his ass off 24/7 to get here. And so why can't Jaden Daniels be a first-round pick? Caleb Williams for sure.
Yeah.
Drake May, even though he's struggling this year, is just giant and uber talented. So absolutely. Who after that is a better NFL prospect at quarterback than Jaden Daniels?
All right, so they haven't updated this since October the 31st. And so I think a lot has changed for Jaden. Like, he continues to climb. Like Mel Kiper, Caleb Williams, Drake May, Shadir Sanders, Michael Penix Jr., Bo Nix. That's his 5. Another draft analyst on ESPN. Caleb Williams, Drake May, Shadir Sanders, J.J. McCarthy, Bo Nix. Matt Miller, Caleb Williams, Shadir Sanders, Drake May, J.J. McCarthy, Michael Penix Jr. So that's kind of the 5 that you're dealing with in some order.
J.J. over Jaden Daniels?
Yeah. Now, I will say I saw a recent one where Jaden has moved above Bo Nix, and he's kind of in that territory with J.J. McCarthy. Shadir Sanders also, I'm pretty sure that Deion Sanders said that
came out this week that he's like 90% coming back.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, he's not. I don't
Shiloh both. Yeah.
Bro, they're loving life. They're making money. They're going to be way better next year, likely. Like, yeah, why would you leave early?
This is not my opinion. I think Jaden's talented enough to be a first-round pick. I think the reason we're not seeing it, teams are terrified to have their QBs hurt. Jaden's a scrawny dude. That style of play with that running, we've seen it before.
Yeah.
I don't think it matters. Size has never been a huge thing for me, but if you're like, well, why is JJ, who's a scrawnier kid, over Daniels? He doesn't run as much. He's not going to take those big hits like a Jaden Daniels. Again, I don't think it's a talent thing. I think maybe people are just like, let's caution on him because he is at a higher chance of injury.
Yeah. But if like Pat Mahomes is the comp for Caleb Williams, then and not say they're going to be that guy, then like Lamar Jackson is the comp for Jaden.
Yeah.
Insane body type, like everything.
And there were concerns about Lamar too.
Yeah, no, I know.
And honestly, coming out of college, Jaden's a lot better passer than Lamar was, but Lamar put on some weight, and he's gotten a lot better. He had some injuries a little bit at the beginning of his career, but since that last injury, he got paid, he put on more weight, and he's able to take those hits. I just think that's kind of where people are cautioning with him, because you got to remember,
Makes sense.
Lamar was the very last pick of the first round.
Yeah,
and
that's probably where Jaden would slide in.
Yeah, he was a fringe first-round guy as well.
Of guys like Caleb Williams and maybe Drake May, like you said. All right, look, it's an interesting conversation. One we'll continue. Right now, it's time to go inside the trenches. Hello, somebody. Big Fave. What's happening, dog? How you doing today, man?
All is good, baby. All is good. It's a little wet out here, you know what I'm saying? A little wet Friday, but most importantly, I'm excited for the weekend. Florida's coming to town. We need to redeem ourselves. And we're also celebrating the 2003 national champions. So a good weekend.
Yeah, that is a lot of good. You know what's not, Fave? LSU being dead last in the SEC in sacks. And I blame you. What's going on with your people, bruh? Get that line going.
They don't listen. I told all them boys to come train with me this whole season. We could have been working on some pass rush moves.
Yep.
Got to come see Miyagi, baby.
Yeah, you're right. My bad.
But it's not. It's not nothing to be proud of, though, Bob. We're used to being at the top of those conversations. I mean, you have guys like, I want to throw it all the way back, but like Tyson Jackson. You have guys like, Raheem last year had some good sacks. And then you got, Arden Key, who was a sack machine years later. So, it's just an area we're not used to seeing this.
Big Fave, all right, help me understand this, because we talk about our teams all the time. And obviously Putt's going to lead the conversation, Glenn Dorsey. But you always mention like Charles Alexander and yourself and Tyson Jackson and all these guys. We had Kirsten Pittman. But like even behind that, like early in that, we had like Claude Roten and Kyle Williams. And then behind that, Drake Nevis and like all these just dogs, like one after another, like young guys ready to go that when they had to play, like you knew you weren't going to have this huge drop-off. And like y'all were those guys for Claude Roten and Kyle Williams. And then Drake Nevis and those guys, Al Woods, who's still playing in the NFL, by the way, like they were that guy for y'all. Like,
bro,
that's
we
one of
had
those
cats
things
that would be on scout team one year and first-round picks the next.
Yeah.
When you're talking about Benny Logan and Michael Brockers and guys like that.
Tyson's career, the way that it went, Tyson was scout team for a couple of years. Then he was like, what was Tyson, Fave, like 3 overall?
Yeah, Tyson was 3 overall. Glenn was 5 overall.
So that.
So what are you hearing,
Fave?
Like, why don't D linemen want to come here, or are they not developing? Like, what are you hearing?
Well, I will say this, man. Hester said some guys' names. He said Kyle Williams, Claude. Those guys set the bars for us, right? With the exception of Glenn. Like Glenn played in just about 5 to 7 games his freshman year. Sophomore, he played in every game. Started 2 games. Should have started 2 as a freshman too. Like it was, we didn't get thrown in that water without being well coached. So I think that's a big part of it. So case in point, you had guys like Vincent Meade, Tyson and Glenn, when Drake and Al Wood and Pat Livingston and all those guys, they were getting groomed. They were learning from us. They were doing the scout team work. And we were just grinders. I just think that we were cut from a cloth that they don't make that material no more. It's more prima donna guys now. And listen, a lot of them what Mekhi Wingo did last year was big time, bro.
That's true.
I thought, yes. So you'll have a flash of greatness, but overall, I just think that from a technique standpoint, and just from I'm not trying to downplay Glenn at all. As a matter of fact, Glenn was a dog, bro.
Yeah, because if you do, I'll come to Marrero right now and whip you, Big Fave. You try to do that to Putt.
But be real, Glenn wasn't the fastest D tackle. He was super strong, but he had a work ethic that was next to none.
Yeah.
And that's why he's the most decorated defensive tackle of all time. Glenn had the power club. that nobody could stop. But it was just his relentless energy. And you don't really find him like that no more, bro. Like, Cut was raw. And I'm not taking them from the rest of us. I thought all of us was good. It's the reason we were able to be the number one D-line 2 years in a row. But it was a team effort. It didn't matter who you had in. And until LSU get back to that, we may still come across this last in the SEC and sacks and all of these bad statistics that we're not used to.
Sounds like Fave's getting his CDL over there. You backing up an 18-wheeler?
Fave, are you inside of a submarine right now?
I'm in the truck. I'm in the truck, dropping Titan off. Hey, Titan.
Yo, what's up, T? What's up, dog?
What's up? Yeah, hello, somebody.
Hello, somebody. Hell yeah, Fave. Good family, man. All right. So, Fave, okay. So, yes, we could say that the new generation is soft, but A&M's got a salty front seven. Alabama's got a salty front seven. Georgia got a salty front seven. How does LSU get back to it? It sounds like it's coaching. It sounds like it's coaching, which, to be fair, yeah, obviously they lose their D-line coach right before the season starts, yada, yada, yada.
You got to go get Pete Jenkins out of retirement.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, and they're not in the SEC, but I think Florida State got a good defensive line.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So now you're bringing up another conversation, y'all. Recruiting.
Yeah.
I don't know, somewhere along the line, we dropped the ball in that department. And then also keeping dogs in state.
But you got some 5-star players out there that you want to see continue to elevate their game as well, Big Fave. I mean, the best player that you've had is a transfer out of the portal in Mekhi Wingo. So, like, some of those players, too, like, they got to do more once they get here. Like, they got that star next to their name. They got 5 of them. Like,
I feel like Mason Smith got dealt a bad or had a bad confluence of events where he's a premier star his whole life, right? And he was good his freshman year.
Yeah.
And he was balling going into that second season. But then he gets hurt. And you never know, Fave, you know this. You never know how these elite guys are going to respond when they catch a major injury. And, Jake, I think it got doubly bad because he gets the injury at the time when the coaching disappears.
Yeah.
So, like, at a time when he needs solid coaching more than ever, he's trying to overcome something he's never had to overcome before. It became a swirling gumbo of bad, and now you're seeing a guy out there that looks like Tarzan and has stats like Jane.
Well, it's a combination, and I'll be transparent and honest at the same time. He does need some work. He kind of came in. In high school, you can be big.
Yeah.
You can be this big tackle and just your size will dominate. But when you get on this level, and you got guys like T-Bob that's going to use technique on you, going to get his hips around so the running back can run through that hip. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different now versus how we had to learn back in the day. Like Mason, let's be honest, he got thrown in the fight.
Yeah.
He's going to come in as a starter. He wasn't ready. Period. He needs more development.
Yeah.
Listen, we wasn't ready. Look at Kyle and Claude. We wasn't ready to get in there with them dudes. That wasn't me and Tyson.
They're grown men.
No.
You feel me? They were grown men. And every so often, I'm going to dance around different positions. You'll get a Leonard Fournette come in, plug and play right now.
Yeah.
Derek Stingley was a superstar coming in.
That was crazy, bro. Derek Stingley freshman year was insane.
Insane. He was a freshman, but he was ready. His football IQ was where it needed to be. His skill set was where it needed to be. Period. I just think that a guy like Mason Smith, who has a ton of potential. I don't want our listeners to get this twisted. This kid has all the world of potential. Me and Glenn wasn't that big, dude.
No.
Period.
No.
That's a big dude. So
It's
once
a
he
big
gets the technique down pat, look, T-Bob, you watch that. I know when you watching that game, Hester be wishing he can watch fullbacks, but there's not too many of them. But when you was watching that game, you saw it.
Yeah.
You saw
unnecessary.
Yeah. No, I mean, no, it's the same thing we've been talking about all year. It's playing high. It's just hand fighting, not getting off. Everything with this D-line.
Heavy on the blocker.
Yeah, everything on this D-line just feels sticky. Feels like they got stick them on their chest. Like they ain't shedding blocks. They ain't shedding blocks for anything right now. Now, granted, I don't think the game plan was the best, but it's, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That said, Fave, I think Jaden Daniels balls, Malik Neighbors balls, their offense rolls, and I think LSU wins in Death Valley Saturday night.
Oh yeah, man, you got all them boys in there from that 03 team.
Yep.
A lot of our teammates gonna be in the building celebrating 20 years. That energy gonna be there. Y'all saw how it was in 07. Yeah, that we went on the field with bucket on.
That's right.
Ended up winning that game. So we got to do it.
Hell yeah, man. All right, Fave, you take it easy. Marrero today, Smalls, inside the trenches.
Small sliders today, 12-1. If you're in New Orleans and you're listening, come out. The first 10 people, a slide on me. Sorry, Mario, you're not down here, bro. You got to win.
No sliders for Mario.
SMH.
Hate to see it. Hello, somebody. You have a great day, Fave.
Hello. Y'all have a good one. Peace.
At the end there, when the phone really went crazy, he was talking about, Les Miles in the 2017 Auburn game when
hottest day of my life, maybe, but
yeah,
we got in that thing. We were hydrated in the middle of the field, and we got that dub.
That's right. Coach O is the new D-line coach. I mean, it'd be incredible. It never happened, but like in a funny way, if you could get,
why not?
Yeah, exactly right.
Hey, but
if you could get like old Coach O, that like in his prime D-line Coach O, that is, we've overused this word a lot, Jake. That would be a panacea for LSU's problems. Like the recruiting, the D-line technique, like that would be exactly what you needed.
Do you know who is the defensive coordinator right now for the Denver Broncos? Anybody know?
Vance Joseph.
You know what? F him, because he took Jamar Cain.
Okay, Vance Joseph. Has Vance Joseph, who's the defensive coordinator for the Broncos, been the Broncos head coach before?
Yes, he has. He was before Hackett.
So
we've seen stuff like this. Always
I'm
mention
just saying, Vance Joseph, from Louisiana. Shout out Joseph brothers.
Yeah, I always mention the Charlotte Hornets firing Steve Clifford as their head coach, and then 2 years later hiring him as their head coach again.
Wait, who did this?
The Charlotte Hornets.
They
I believe.
Yeah, this is the better count because he comes back as an assistant, though.
Yeah, but still, my point is, it's unconventional, but it's possible, and there's precedent.
Yeah, these are just weird.
Maybe it's Dave Aranda then. I mean, ain't dude, bro. O's chilling.
No.
O's living life. Yeah, but maybe Dave Aranda.
These are just jokes.
Maybe Dave Aranda.
I mean, hey, we did it with Bellini.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey.
Another needless stray there.
T-Bob, I ain't feeling Dave either. Love him. Thank you for what you did. I ain't feeling that.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay. Who are we feeling? Is
Talk
this
about
even a
that
right
later.
conversation to have?
No, it's not.
Because it may just be, there's no.
I think
guarantee
there's more than just one thing. And in the off season, that's a conversation we fully dive into.
So yes and no. The one thing is the defense is garbage, but there's a lot within. There's a lot of garbage
levels.
to
exactly
to unpack within there.
There's levels to it.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
Cam Jordan says.
Yep.
Go who dat?
I love Cam Jordan.
I love Paulson Debo. Let's talk about it next here in OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Thomas nailed it, dude. Bring back Big Cat drill.
We didn't have that when I was here.
Where it all went sideways.
Was it 08 when the first one y'all did? Because I never had an opportunity.
I'll only randomly remember this. If you look at Michael Brocker's freshman year, that's when it would have been. Because I remember they put me up against Brockers to start the first ever Big Cat.
You were the first ever Big Cat?
The first day we ever did it. I don't know if I was the first ever.
Well,
we did start
listen,
online.
we didn't do it, and so you were here when I was here.
Yeah.
So if you remember that, you were the first Big Cat.
Well, I don't know if I was the first one to go in the rep, though, but definitely the first day. And definitely among the first 3 reps, probably.
I'm just trying to give you something. You won't take it.
AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com. I'm trying to tell you about them every single day, twice a day. AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com. If you're looking to trade in your car, sell your car, turn right back around, get that car. Remember, Toyotathon going on right now. It's the holiday season. And hey, shout out our veterans. Always got great deals for you over there at All-Star Toyota, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
When is a taco more than just a taco? When it's Government Taco. Voted best tacos 3 years in a row by 225 Magazine, Government Taco puts the most delicious spin on tacos the capital area has ever seen. With creative combinations like the Magna Carrot, the Filibuster, or the Steak of the Union. Plus perfect tortilla chips paired with the best salsa and queso you've ever had. And happy hour every day from 3 to 6 p.m. and all day on Thursday. Government Taco, 5621 Government Street.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible. Let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. And I think we're rocking and rolling.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644.
Join us for Live at Lunch starting at 10 a.m. from Rufino's. It's Lock of the Week Friday presented by Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments. We preview the big weekend in college and pro football starting at 10 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Mario, don't be so nervous, man. We can play that song for 7 minutes if we want to. It's okay. It's a radio station. It's, you know.
Truth.
Okay.
I remember listening to Hanging with Hester when I first started working here, and y'all would play the song, the whole song.
Oh, dude, me and Flynn, if we had a banger, was 6 to 8 radio. T-Bob knows that life. Thing was going to play.
I thought it was like on the wrong station.
We had Mario.
You know, it's like Dick Condon talks a big game about working hard. But how hard is it actually when you say like 2 minutes of stuff and then chill for 15 to 20?
Yeah. I mean, we did a full episode. It was Meth Gators for 2 hours. Then we did a full episode on Chuck Norris jokes. Then we did a full episode on Joe Burrow beating Pete Warner in the tire pull battle that they had. Before Joe Burrow even signed here, we talked about we won him because he beat Pete Warner pulling a tire.
But we probably didn't know. Did we know who Pete Warner was at the time? Like,
we knew he was a good college player,
okay.
but we didn't know he was going to be like a starting linebacker, second-round pick. But Flynn, that night, Matt Flynn said, Burrow's going to come to LSU and win a Heisman Trophy.
No.
Yeah.
Damn, dude.
Yeah. Now, he was Flynn. He based that off him beating a linebacker in a contest like that, but he did say it.
Well,
it's
there
on
you go.
record.
I mean, it's on record.
I love the analogy Flynn made comparing Nussmeier to Anna from Frozen. Like if he could just control his powers.
Well, that's well. And I know you don't have kids, but Elsa has powers.
Elsa, yeah.
I know what he meant.
Dang it.
I know. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
I'm a bust.
But no, but
No,
yes.
no.
No, he is exact. It's an apt metaphor. If you've seen Frozen 1, you know that the kind of core element of the movie is that Elsa's powers run amok and she doesn't know how to control them, and she accidentally plunges Arendelle into an eternal winter, and she freaks out because she doesn't know what to do. Now,
but then
she eventually learns that she's like ruled through fear, and that she has to learn that love is actually the key to thawing and controlling her power, not being afraid of it, but rather learning to love through it and embrace it.
Well, you know what she does with the fear?
What?
She let it go.
Yep, exactly.
She did.
Exactly.
Well done.
And and it was Anna's sacrifice, saving herself, that ended up, or saving her sister, that ended up making that all work. Not a prince's kiss or anything else. Which, as daughters, look, I love the classics. I love your Snow White, your Sleeping Beauty, so do my daughters. But something to be said for a solid message like that. Somebody said for Paulson Adebo, who, how about this, boys? We know he's forced all the turnovers. He's on an absolute heater right now. What I did not realize, because we mentioned this in passing the other day, that when targeted, Paulson Adebo's allowing a 33 quarterback rating.
Pretty good.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, that's great, right? But I don't know. I didn't have any context for how that stacked up in the league. Well, guess what? That's the best in the NFL.
Yep.
There is no one better. And in fact, he's one of only 2 players sub 40. The other one, your boy. You know who?
You say everybody's my boy, so I actually don't know.
It just means he's on the Cowboys. Deron Bland. I don't know who that is.
Yeah, I was about to say Deron Bland.
Yeah.
He has 4 picks this year, 3 pick sixes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, wow.
Dang.
So him and Adebo, though, doing similar things here. He's allowing a pass rating of 37. But listen to these other names. I mean, Amik Robertson from the Raiders. You got Denzel Ward at 53.
You want to take a guess at his Pro Football Focus grade for the year?
83.
Boys?
87.
Boys?
Dang, I would go 88.
87.
Damn.
Nice, Mario.
That is
87.
beast.
The last 3 weeks, he's gone 83, 91, 93.
Tonight's going to be a good night.
Now, okay, you can say Colts backup quarterback. You can say Bears backup quarterback. Still, that's incredible. But to do that against the Jags, who have multiple weapons and a very good quarterback, like it started there, and he's just continued to go in the right direction. The only bad game that he's had all season long was really the first game against the Titans.
Yeah. He's been incredible since. So shout out Paulson Adebo. And if the Saints are going to win on Sunday, obviously I think the defense is going to have to do the heavy lifting. I think it's going to be a defensive battle. I think the over-under is at like 41, which whatever. I don't gamble on the NFL. I think it's literally impossible because, I mean, I know all gambling is a bit of just like, hey, flip a coin. But like, especially the NFL, I don't know, dude. But I think the Saints have enough advantages with the way the defense is playing that they should go into Minnesota and come out with a win. And the offense is figured out; they'll be good enough. I'm terrified of Andrews Pete against Danielle Hunter, but
it's going to be Danielle Hunter versus Andrews Pete and Foster Moreau.
Yeah, and
I'm not saying keep
Jamal
him
Williams,
in, yeah,
and everybody, Chip on the way, everybody.
Yeah, but when you face a rusher like this, like it doesn't matter who you are as a running back. Like I played with the greatest third down running back of all time in Darren Sproles, but he was still, hey, chip before you get out. and he was a real weapon for us. But it's like, hey, this is priority number one because we can't start the play if he's starting in the backfield.
Yeah.
So as good as you are at running every single route, you've got to give presence to. A lot of times it was our right tackle, Jeremy Clary, because teams they weren't going to go against Marcus McNeil. He wasn't going to give up anything. So they go over to Clary's side, and that we would get the best rusher to that side. Now, it favored us because Phillip was right-handed, so he'd have the opportunity to see and be able to step up in the pocket.
Yeah.
But, like, it was always going to be on the right side. It's like, hey, you have to get something on him. And there's a fine, fine line, and T-Bob knows this better than any of us. There's a fine line. Every offensive lineman likes it a little bit different as far as a chip situation. Some, they were like, break his ribs. Some are like hand presence. I don't want you touching him because I don't want you knocking him inside.
If you hit him too hard, you can hit him across the face, and then you hit him into the
But like,
sack.
so Marcus McNeil, who played left tackle for us, he's like, give them everything you got, break 2 ribs because I'm going to have such heavy inside hand presence, knowing that's what you're going to do, that if you send him back to me, I'm ready to punch. I'm ready to extend, right?
Post up.
So everybody likes it a little bit different, and you have to know that as a running back. And with the way the Saints are changing offensive linemen, that's also something the running backs and tight ends have to change with. Like Andrews Pete's going to be different than Penning. Hurst is going to be different than Penning. And so, look, when you're in the fire of it and you have to, like, my protection, because I've got responsibilities as well, and, what left tackle's in today, this week? Okay, so you have to know that's processing, and you have to know all of that. So as good as, like, even AK is like getting out in his route and him being a focal part of the offense, they're going to need him. They're going to need him this week to help stop the best rusher right now, leading sack getter in the NFL.
Yeah, and so we'll see exactly how the Saints are going to look to navigate it. Again, I think they win. They should move to 6-4, but only time will tell. Nyquil says we've had this debate for a year. Elsa's a whiny baby. Anna's the actual hero of the movie. I mean, it's just...
It's Anna, right? Not Anna.
Anna,
right?
yeah, my bad. But the point is here, like, let's really...
Look at me, big Frozen guy.
Let's appreciate the two perspectives, okay? Anna essentially got her memory wiped, right? She remembered nothing about Elsa's power, nothing about the tragic events that almost led to her death as a toddler, whereas Elsa not only had to carry that with her and remember that, but then her parents' solution was to just say, hey, Elsa, bury everything deep down inside and never talk or play with your sister again. And then they died. Okay, so, like, I'm sorry if you think that Elsa seems a little unsure of herself. Literally every leading adult in her life led her to do so, gave her deep and massive insecurities. I mean, she had major PTSD, so sorry she had to work through that. Anna had a bit more of a normal and carefree upbringing. So, yeah, I kind of understand how they arrived at the places that they did. So shut up! Back off of Elsa, okay? It's tragic what she had to deal with.
Real quick, while we're getting after Disney parents, I really don't like Encanto because the grandma is just so unlikable.
No,
So there's 2 movies you can't talk about. Encanto to him, Coco to me.
If you watch the entire movie and you don't understand the grandmother's perspective, that's wild to me.
I get
then
it.
We did not watch the same movie.
I
But
get
do you
it.
actually get it?
Yes, I understand what you're saying. I saw the ending.
When I see the part
He must
with
got chills
her,
right now.
with the 3 newborn triplets after her husband having just been murdered, the look of horror and just the just four. That is a woman. Yeah, is she tough? She had to be tough.
Wait, this is a kids
She had
movie?
to be tough.
She went too
Yes.
far. She did the same logic you're implying to the Frozen parents. I would argue she does that.
Yes, and that's the beauty of Encanto, is that she both had to meet in the middle, her and her granddaughter. Her granddaughter had to understand what made her into her, and the grandmother had to understand her granddaughter, and they meet in the middle at the end, and Dos Tortugas is playing in the background, or Dos Tortuguitas, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Daniel Basham, thank you. That grandma needs to go to a home.
Bro, y'all don't even, y'all got no respect. Y'all got no respect for anyone. And that's the damn problem nowadays. You got no respect for anybody's perspective but yourself. No. That is unbelievable that you could watch that movie and that's your takeaway.
There are many other better Disney movies. Coco's much better.
Get out of here. We're going to break. And Michael Anderson when we get
with
back.
Hester and T-Bob.
Unreal.
I told y'all.
Get Gordon and get it done. 225-8888. You know what the grandma did? She had to get it done. And she did it for her family. Single parent raising triplets in a magical house. It's hard to do. Get Gordon and get it done. Nothing's hard about working with Gordon. You get in an accident, you call 225-888-88. You get somebody that is going to, a villain, you call her, oh my. you get somebody who's going to fight for you and get you what you deserve. 225-888-8888. Get Gordon, get it done.
Ooh, it's okay, T. We'll talk to it. Go to getgordon.com. Getgordon.com. If you're already at work, you can't dial the 8s. That is okay. The website is set up for your success, going to help you out. You can have a chat right there on the website. Find past client results, cases they can handle for you. All that information is on their website. Again, getgordon.com. At getgordon is the handle on all major social media. Your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon, and guess what? Get it done.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Follow us on Twitter at 1045ESPN to cast your vote in the Citizens Bank and Trust Poll of the Day. Vote daily inside Off the Bench, live at lunch on Palmer. And after further review, Citizens Bank and Trust brings you the Poll of the Day via Twitter at 1045ESPN. Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, you can lock in the low rate of 3.99% on a Toyota Highlander. That's right, 3.99%. Lock in your low rate while you still can. At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals, but many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU.
One of the playoffs, and we get you started Friday night at 6 with Louisiana Prep Preview presented by Brock. Then join us at 10 o'clock for a full recap with Louisiana Prep Scoreboard presented by Lake Urgent Care. On YouTube, Your View, and 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? Calm down. We can talk more in Kanto later. Again, I don't know. I think you're all soft if you don't understand the grandma's perspective. But one man who is not soft, because he stays in the gym, stays grinding, is my guy Michael Anderson. Get like Mike on Instagram. Boot Up Customs. You've probably seen his work already.
Yep.
between Austin, Baton Rouge, constantly. It's been very fun, Mike, watching you like from afar, just continue to build this thing, continue to grow. It's amazing. And I guess for those that maybe don't know, I think most do, Lizzie, but for those that maybe don't know, like what do you do and how did you kind of get here? I know it's a very big question, just to distill it down.
Yeah, so I'm doing a lot of custom cleats and sneakers for athletes, mostly LSU athletes. Those are the projects that mean the most to me. And, I've just been painting my whole life and wanted to be close to the athletic program and just kind of found my way.
Well, and it's crazy, right? Because now you're doing art full time, right? It's everything. God, that's amazing, man. So you made, again, kids, that's a great example of like, if you really want something, what do you think? What's been your key? Like what did you have like an epiphany moment? Did you ever have, like, when did you know like, okay, I can maybe actually do this? Or what do you feel like has been the key to you making it in this way?
Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of stuff exposes itself like when it needs to. So it came to me like whenever I was ready for it.
Mm-hmm.
But I got ready for it I'm just relentless, man. I just, I follow the things that I love to do and, I knock on all the doors. And it just got to the point where, LSU is the hottest brand in college sports.
Yeah.
The teams are winning all the national championships. I'm working with some of the big time athletes. And it was just one of those things. I just believe in it so much that I didn't really have any other choice. So I had to do it.
It's funny to hear you talk about those opportunities present themselves, and they do, because the muse has always been a creative concept. And like I read a Rick Rubin book recently on creativity, and that's kind of how he always views it a lot as well, as more like he's channeling something like outside, almost through him to create these things. We're going to check out the cleats that are going to be on display tomorrow night here in a second. But I mean, you've worked with everybody, with Skeens, Tommy Tangs. I mean, you've got a little Will Wade, recent Will Wade in here, a little bit of everything. What's been your favorite collab piece of work that you've done so far?
So the first project I did was with Skylar Mays, and that was like kind of
no way.
Yeah,
dude.
so that was the proof of concept, and Skylar's my guy.
Been playing well, by the way.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah.
I'm really excited for Skylar, and I always follow what he's doing. And that was actually a tribute to Wade Sims when he passed away. So that was really special. Dylan Cruz is another guy that, I mean, we've done a bunch of projects together. We actually have when LSU baseball came out to Austin, Tommy and Dylan came over to my place, and after Dylan wore the cleats in the tournament, I made a big art piece, and so it's hanging up in my crib right now.
That's sick.
And he won MVP of the tournament, and all that stuff. But I mean, I'm blessed, man. I've worked with a lot of special people. And it's really cool because the art has taken me to places that I never thought I would go.
Yeah.
Right. And now that I'm there, I feel like I belong.
Yeah. Talk me through the process of once you get with an athlete, be it LSU or wherever, and the process of like what they want to get done. And I know a lot of it sometimes can be for charity. It can be for other things. But what's that process like? Like, what are some questions maybe you ask to the players as far as, because it is custom, like it is customized to them. It is kind of their passion, their feelings that come out in the cleats.
So every artist's dream would be to do art that they want to create.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And then people want to buy it, right?
Yeah.
But with custom cleats, a lot of times that's different. A lot of times it's like, hey, what do you want me to do, right?
Yeah.
So usually I'll ask for a theme. But so this weekend I gave cleats to Jaden Daniels, Malik Neighbors, and Brian Thomas.
Hell yeah.
And all three of them, when I text them, hey, what do you want me to do? Like, just do your thing, man.
Oh, that's cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is a huge compliment, and also, it's a little scary because I got to come up with something that they don't know about yet.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really cool that I just got to do what I wanted.
Well, and
That
it's
is cool.
like, I doubt it goes on as much. I don't know about how it goes on in that world, but like something as dumb as like doing a commercial here. Sometimes you'll, just do your thing, and then you do your thing. Like, well, actually, I kind of wanted something completely different. It's like, okay, you know what? They just tell, like, from the start, just tell me. But let's look at the cleats today that you brought in here in studio. Where are they? Where'd they go? Who has them?
They're over there.
Oh, okay. Wait, can we show them? Right?
I don't want to share them right now.
My bad.
False start.
They look badass.
They do.
Look for
You
them.
got to tune in. Little tease.
Look for them. They're gonna be shining Saturday night, Death Valley, under the lights, looking badass.
I would just give you, like, if you ask me, like, hey, what do you want in your cleats? I would say grit, neck rolls, and low man wins.
Yeah, there you go.
And I would just try to see what Mike could come up with, which I'd have faith in him.
How to go with the boys when they saw him? They love him?
Oh, it was awesome. And we do all the delivery stuff We have the last multiple projects at Jacob Zumo's gallery.
Yeah,
in Baton
beautiful
Rouge.
gallery, dude.
Oh, it's unbelievable. So when they walk in and they see that, they're not expecting that. I mean, they don't know what we're about to do, but they walk in and it has the wow factor. It legitimizes what we're doing.
Yes, absolutely. It's like immediate validation.
Yeah, and it's been special to have Jacob there and bring all these guys. Like we brought Libby Dunn and Dylan Cruz and Paul Skeens and all these guys through the gallery.
Yeah,
and there's actually a pretty big art scene now in Baton Rouge. It's not just me and Jacob. There's Chuck Bro and a bunch of other people.
Yeah, Chuck's friends show for sure. Yeah,
and
great job.
And so it's cool that we're all like working together and like elevating each other. It was really cool.
Which that doesn't just happen organically. I mean, that's y'all just coming together, working together, because just like any profession, I mean, some people don't want to work with other people, but y'all are doing it all together for the better of the area.
Yeah, and when people ask me what my inspiration is, it's LSU, it's Louisiana, but it's like the other guys that like Jacob that came before me, and Chuck Bro gave me my first airbrush.
Really?
Awesome.
Yeah, because he knew I was doing some cleats.
Oh,
and he was
I thought this was a more recent thing for Chuck. How long's Chuck been doing this for?
So Chuck recently quit his job to do art full time.
Okay, but he's been doing it behind the scenes for years.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, that makes sense. You can't just get that good without like your 10,000 hours put in or whatever.
I'm about to go on the SEC Network in about 30 minutes, and I've got a Chuck piece behind me of LSU baseball celebrating against Florida to troll Chris Doering.
As if they aren't already having nightmares about you, bro.
Yeah, I know, dude. I can't
that's
wait,
a long time
dude.
ago. We got to keep a fresh memory of the baseball.
I can't wait, dude. I mean, we got baseball. We won. LSU's won what? 11. What is it, Jake?
10 out of the last 13, 8 out of the last 10, 5 of the last 6, 4 in a row in this series.
Bruh, I know we ain't about to lose this thing. You know what's crazy, Mike? Do you know what the overall? There's 69 games played. Do you know what the overall series is? 33, 33, and 3. Dead even, and that's what's on the line tomorrow night. Cleats shining under the lights in Death Valley. It's gonna be a great time. You going to the game?
Yes, sir.
What are you gonna do? I mean, what are you talking about? It feels like you've kind of upgraded a suite level here. Where are we gonna be sitting?
Nah, man, I like sitting with my dad and my brothers in the thick of it.
Yeah, man, that's what's up, dude.
Section 302, shout out.
There you go.
Okay,
Absolutely.
hell yeah, dude, with the boys. That's gonna be sick, man. Oh, look at this. This cat looks like Jake Gyllenhaal. Oh, okay. There you go, Mike. Hell yeah. Look, you can stick around if you want, hang out, whatever, but we got to do a break, and when we get back, we have more OTB.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. CentralPlumbing.org, 925-8552. Look, if you need plumbing, you want Central Plumbing. They've been at 50 years, y'all. Speaking of 10,000 hours, half a century. Solving your plumbing issue. I don't care if it's commercial, residential, whatever. You go to centralplumbing.org, and it's easy to set up. License monitored, flat rate pricing, great warranty coverage, all the things. It's not just repairs, though, is it now, Jake?
It is not. If you want to upgrade, remodels, we're talking home or business, they can certainly do that as well. Go tankless today with a tankless water heater. We'll tell you about that all the time. I know me, you got the 5 kiddos. You get home late from the ball field, you got dishes, you got showers, you got laundry you still got to do. It's okay if you go tankless with the tankless water heater because you never run out of, well, you guessed it, hot water. So go to that website today, centralplumbing.org. You'll see right there on the homepage, the full fleet is ready to go and available, so no job's going to be too big. If you are that business owner that we talk about, that phone number, 225-925-8552.
In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Was a humid day, barefoot children play, looking for that summer shade. Time just slips away. Oh, Louisiana, some kind of hold on me. Like cypress stumps, your roots are planted deep inside of me.
Bayou Ford is taking $10,000 off MSRP on all new 23 Ford F-150 Black Widow trucks, plus $2,750 discount APR and 5.9% for 72 months. All new Bayou Ford vehicles come with a 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Ford is going to do right by you.
Running Bards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs, even in the case of an after-hours emergency. The light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground.
Sunday, we will bring you 3 different NFL games. We will start with the noon kickoff, the 49ers at Jaguars. Immediately following that, it's Lions and Chargers, and then our nightcap, the Jets and Raiders. To catch all 3 of those games, tune in right here on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. ESPN Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Alexandria, and 1130 The Tiger.
Shout out our guy Mike. Get like Mike. Get dot like Mike. One of my favorite Instagram follows as well. Inspiration.
I can't stop
Following
thinking
his
about
dream, making it happen. You love to see it.
Like, I'm going to flex on these over 30, co-ed soccer leagues with my cleats that are going to have neck rolls on them here in a little bit. Can't wait.
I don't know, bro. That dude lives in a penthouse in Austin now. You better be.
Yeah.
You might have to, like you said, when you turn 40, hell yeah. We splurging.
Like, I ain't got all these jobs for no reason now.
That's true. I don't make these Chinese Division II soccer 15-leg parlays for no reason, guys. There's
a lot of truth in that as well.
Daddy's got to eat.
There's a lot of truth in that.
Speaking of which,
also,
pontoon parlay.
I have a new system that we'll talk about.
Really?
Yeah, NBA. We'll talk about it.
And I can't. I know.
We'll talk about it.
I can't play World of Warcraft and do your gambling systems. I can only do one or the other.
One makes you money, one doesn't.
So Malik Monk yesterday tweeted out, "I don't care about y'all's parlays," and the replies just drag him. It's really funny.
Yeah.
Players don't. We don't care about your parlays.
Right. Why would you?
I used to get so many and Twitter wasn't what it is now, but it was still. It's big. When I used to take a touchdown away from Noshawn, I would get some bad.
I needed to take a picture with Mike just now. What are we doing?
Yeah, I would get some bad replies. Yeah, we didn't. We screwed that up.
You need to text him, see if he's still in the building.
Yeah.
Maybe. Just
dang it, Bobby.
Dumb. All right, hour 3 is coming up. Champagne shenanigans about to begin. Talk to me about Harlem Berry for 30 seconds here. Taylor, who's Harlem Berry?
He's a running back out of the New Orleans area. Really good. Plays at a small, 2A school, but he can play, man. He plays at St. Martin.
Does this say number one running back in
class of
America?
2025.
Oh,
yeah,
I know that guy.
He's an undersized kid. He can flat out fly though. I mean, he's got like big time track speed. He can take the top off the defense.
Has he got
really
pretty good wiggle?
Yeah. He's
Really?
a little bit undersized, but again, he's 2025. He's got time to put on a little bit of weight. He's a really solid.
You saying
running
he's
back.
got a little Harlem Shake?
He does have some Harlem Shake.
Does anybody even remember the Harlem Shake?
I do.
Is that
Yeah.
a dated reference?
It is, but I remember it.
I know you were not. Were you on the team when?
That feels
Not
way
because-
too aggressive
no.
to tell me how old I am.
We did a
Y'all did the
viral-
Harlem Shake in the practice facility in
So
indoor. Were
I
you
think
on that
that was
team?
right after me. Oh, there we go. Nice sweater, Rivs. Hell yeah.
I'm trying to remember when it was popular because your last year was 2011, right?
Yeah, I think it was right after.
And I was in high school, but I'm trying to remember what year. So it may have been after you. I'm
We
not
did
sure.
one
Off
at
the bench with Hester and T-Bob.
We did one at our like a house one time for fun. I don't know if we posted it online. DraftKings Sportsbook app. Can't wait to hear about Jake's new system. Jake, give us 10 seconds on the new system. How's it work?
It's NBA system play. It is points scored for star players in the fourth quarter. You're going to get plus odds. It's going to be 3-player parlays.
Oh, okay. So not like 15 legs.
No,
Okay.
3 legs. You're going to get plus odds, and it's for them to score a certain amount of points, and it is 9 out of 10 so far.
And remember, right now, you sign up for the first time, promo code Baton
It's
Rouge.
90%.
All one word. What? All one word, and you get you bet $5, you get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Okay, so it's more fun when you're in on the action. Get in on the action with DraftKings. Remember, must be we'll call 1-800-GAMBLER 1-800-426-2537. You got a gambler problem? Must be 21 or older. Physically present in Louisiana. Select parishes only. Licensed partner Golden Lake Charles. Eligibility for policy supply. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issue. Terms support tickets at DraftKings.com/football terms.
Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram has $20,000 off MSRP on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. $20,000 off plus no payments for 90 days on new 23 Ram 1500 trucks. All with Bayou's 1 million mile warranty. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on Friday, November 10th. Today in Baton Rouge, expect cloudy skies with a high of 85. You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at OTB_ESPN, or catch us on YouTube at the 1045 ESPN channel and subscribe for daily content. OTBOT, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
Let we go! All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and T-Bob Hebert.
Yeah.
Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob.
Hey, P, they said I got to come off the bench.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Hester and T-Bob. Yo.
Hopes and dreams. Welcome in. Hour number 3 of O2E. Rivers, have you seen Encanto?
I have.
How do you feel about the grandma in Encanto?
In what context are you asking? Like,
Mario, say what you said.
I had an unpopular opinion that I didn't
not
like.
really. I mean, Chad actually agreed with
That's
it.
true.
Oh, no.
That's
Well,
a good point.
I actually don't like her. That she's kind of
She's very unlikable.
T-Bob, you liked the grandmother?
T-Bob went off on Mario because Mario didn't like him. I've never seen it.
I got very triggered.
Well, why do you like her? She kind of like is awful.
They treat Maribel like Meg Griffin.
Because I understand the life experiences that led her to be so hardened.
Okay.
And then they meet in the middle at the end.
Yeah,
like she learns.
but we can admit that she was horrible in the beginning.
Yes, but it's not a horrible born. It's like the same thing I just said with Elsa, where somebody's like, Elsa's whiny, Anna's the actual hero. And it's like, well, think about what Elsa actually went through, right? Like Anna had her mind wiped. Elsa almost killed her sister. Her parents locked her in a room, told her to just bury all of that trauma deep down inside, never speak to about anyone. Like, of course Elsa's a little messed up.
Hey, I don't mind Elsa.
I know, but what I'm saying
You're getting very defensive about Elsa.
No,
I like
saying,
Elsa.
But the two things dovetail. Because in the same way, the grandma had triplets, lost the love of her life, and all of a sudden is sitting there having to raise 3 kids on her own. And then the entire town depends on her.
For sure.
And so, she a little hard, absolutely.
That can be
absolutely,
true, and it can also
why.
be true that she treated her grandchildren poorly.
I agree, but like how much of that poorly was needed to survive? That hardness, that edge to save the town, to save the refugees, to save her family.
But I mean, you could use that same argument for anybody. I mean, I'm sure that serial killers get that way somehow. Like, what are we doing here? We're just like,
but do serial killers show remorse? Because the grandma clearly did.
Yeah. But we can admit that in the beginning, when she wasn't showing remorse, she was not likable. She was not good.
Yeah.
She wasn't like that bad though either, y'all. She took care of everybody. Everybody loved her.
I don't know. She would have given me a complex.
I understand it. It's not a terrible movie, but it's just not my favorite because I feel like she goes a little overboard and
a
becomes
little hard in the paint. Yeah.
Very unlikable.
I think one of these just the absolute most beautiful scenes I've ever seen in any movie ever. No exaggeration. Is her and Mirabelle talking next to the river
over Jake's computer or whoever's computer.
But them talking near the river and basically realizing each other's perspectives and coming together.
Coco clears. A couple people have said that in the chat, but Coco clears.
What?
Coco is a much better movie.
I like Coco better.
Than
yes.
Encanto.
I do too, and T-Bob hates it that I say that. You don't have to compare them though. I will agree
you don't
with
have to
T-Bob
compare
there.
them, yeah.
Pretty racist on y'all's part.
Oh my goodness!
I was gonna watch the movie.
One's Colombian, one's Mexican. Not the same thing, guys. I don't know if I need to explain this to you.
We've had to explain that to him multiple times.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Jump to Coco. Why don't you jump to Toy Story? Huh? I don't know. Yeah.
It's similar.
Lady and the Tramp
plots and
well, actually,
families.
technically, Toy Story's
overbearing.
Pixar and not Disney, so I understand.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyway.
Anyway.
Yeah, that grandma's mean. How about that?
She
won't let him practice music.
Still, not as bad though.
Why?
Not as bad. I don't know. It's just a better movie, man.
No, because you got to understand her perspective. Because her husband died or left her or whatever. So yeah, she's a little scarred by music because she feels like she got left in a lurch.
Agree to disagree,
Man,
there are better movies.
Really just jumped in today.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, and anywho.
I apologize.
You got chills earlier. When we first started talking
not
about
ready
this,
for this.
he got
I
chills.
there are
Was
4.
not prepared.
There are 5 to 6 things in my life that will trigger immediate tears for me. And let's be clear, I'm a bit like the character Wade from Elemental. Like, I'm never that far away from crying. But the
Family Stone.
Yeah, Family Stone's definitely one of them. There's, I Dreamed a Dream, the Anne Hathaway rendition from Les Mis. There's Just Breathe by Willie Nelson. Reflection from Mulan will get me.
Yeah.
And then there is the scene with the grandma from Encanto where you see her face after her husband died. Because at the beginning of the movie, they kind of gloss over it. Oh my God, your husband died.
Are you about to cry right now?
Magic house.
Yeah.
Are you like making yourself almost cry?
Not at all. No. But then like when she has the triplets and you just see this like look of just like, what am I going to do?
And she banishes her son.
One movie
And she
scene.
what?
The
Any
son
movie
basically
scene
gets banished.
that makes
One
you
of the
cry?
triplets. Like they say to not talk about him.
Have you ever been in a part of a big family that has a black sheep who has a complicated relationship with their parents? Like, yeah, it's devastating, but it's
I'm
real.
just saying, you're putting so much emphasis on that scene, and I get it, but like one of the triplets, she's basically like, peace out. Like, I want nothing to do with you.
Yeah, okay. I hope you are a perfect parent forever and have no problems with your kids whatsoever. Maybe if Bruno wasn't going around just ruining everybody's good time, we're going to be treated that way. Maybe we could talk about him a little bit.
Good one.
Yeah, you like that?
Mario, what movie scene gets you emotional? One movie scene.
Oh, man. I don't know. The Mulan one's a really good example. Princess and the Frog, I think, when she's kind of trying to like come up almost there, relatable.
Are we just doing Disney
yeah,
movies?
I was about to say, we're just doing Disney?
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. I mean, I definitely know that there are movie scenes. I'm trying to remember what I was watching. I always end up watching something on a plane when I'm like in the middle, and then I am violently crying.
Oh, no, that's a tough look.
I think I was I guess when I was going to California, I watched Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. Y'all probably are not as familiar. Women, if there are any women listening, they probably read it when they were in like 5th or 6th grade. And it's just about a girl coming of age and like transitioning from like being little to like kind of being in junior high, and just it's an awkward time.
That's rough.
But
I'm terrified of those movies.
Right. Well, so the book is literally just from the little girl's perspective, but the movie they had to do more with.
Yeah.
So in the movie, it's about the little girl, but it's also about her mom and her mom's relationship with her growing up. And so now, which was smart by them, because all the women who are watching this movie are like me, who read it when I was little, but now we are all moms.
Yeah.
So adding that mom piece was important. But I'm sitting here and I'm watching, and Rachel McAdams is the mom, and I am just bawling. But I'm sitting in the window
In the
seat.
middle. Okay, window-
I was
window's
sitting.
not as bad.
So what I'm
Window's not
doing,
as bad.
so I just kept like trying to put my hair like over my face.
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
I was sniffling, but I didn't have anything to like wipe my nose with, so I was just kind of like I was fighting for my life in that window seat. And there was just some, sweet old man sitting next to me, so he probably definitely knew I was crying.
A lot of good ones in here.
Mine's Cinderella Man. James J. Braddock, when his family's struggling and he's struggling as a boxer, he can't get work. It's the Great Depression. They're trying to split like this loaf of bread between like 5 family members. He can't provide for his family. He wants to provide for his family.
Yeah.
He's ready to work. He wants to work.
No jobs.
He wants to do whatever he possibly can to provide for them, but he can't, right? And just him trying to box and fight for his family, not for him, not for glory, not to, hey, praise me. No, so he could feed his family. And like I knew that story going into that movie, but still like I was nervous as hell for him. I knew he won the fight, and I was still nervous for him.
Yeah.
But the part that got me when he is trying to feed his family, he has that breakdown, that moment where he feels like he has let his family down, even though he's literally doing everything he can to get any work. He's injured, he's got a broken hand, doesn't complain, just goes to work, and it's all for his family. None of it is for him.
How old would you have been when you saw that movie? Because I
was
feel
trying
like
to see
you
when it
kind
came
of
out.
took a lot of like life inspiration from that movie, and a lot of that kind of reflects how you would later navigate your own athletic endeavors.
Well, I'm trying to think when it came out, but I mean, it is something that was very impactful on me. To your point, yeah, just it's that like nobody cares about your problems, right, wrong, or indifferent.
Right.
Nobody cares about what you're going through, But
I
you
saw
still have
that
to find
movie
a way
for
to
the first
provide.
time about 6 years ago. And Jake, now I have to find another movie because I was also going to say Cinderella.
Or you're-
Oh, it's okay.
I really was.
That's a winner.
That is my favorite sports movie of all time.
Man,
okay.
the end scene in Pursuit of Happiness to that.
Look, I was
same-
actually going to say,
Yeah,
well, the
that's a
scene
good
that
one.
makes me cry in that movie, well, the end is sad. Not sad, but you cry at the end because it's whatever. But like when they're in the bathroom
Yeah.
and they're trying to get in there, that I will cry at that scene because you're just trying to do whatever you can to like protect your kid and do what you got to do for your kid.
That movie is sub 70 on Rotten Tomatoes.
Which
we
one?
just need to not trust Rotten Tomatoes all the time.
Which one?
Well, no.
Pursuit
It's
of
like
Happiness.
anything else. It's not an
and-
end-all, be-all for me. I mean, generally, if this movie scores above 90, it's like going to be pretty good. I haven't liked all of them, but...
I think any movie...
sub 70 is also not bad. Like, 60 means
Yeah.
that, like, 6 out of 10 people are like, thumbs up.
Yeah.
So it's a better than, you'll probably still... I just am surprised, because there was a very funny thing there where Will Smith hadn't had, like,
that's
above
right.
70 Rotten Tomatoes in actually, like, 20 years, even though he was the highest paid actor or whatever.
This would have been a good one, too. Somebody in the chat mentioned the Friday Night Lights pregame speech before the state championship in the movie.
Just
was
the
that was on
explosions in
YouTube.
the sky song.
So a funny...
for
like
Friday Nights for me.
I would have put that one pretty high as well.
So my dad and I, a couple years, my grandparents live in West Texas. And so when my grandmother died, we went out there and my dad and I, like my mom had to do some stuff during the day for the funeral.
Yeah.
So my dad and I just had, some time to kill. So we actually went to that real stadium and we snuck into the locker room.
Oh, you went to Radcliffe?
Oh, wow.
And we played the speech.
Odessa Permit? No way.
We it was like during the day, so school was going on, but we just sort of like snuck into the locker room and like played the scene.
I wish somebody would have walked in and you and your dad are crying like weirdos watching the Friday night, watching Billy Bob Thornton.
I think, look, any movie where an animal dies, I will cry. Someone said Marley and Me, yes, absolutely.
Well,
but pretty much any movie where an animal dies,
For
I will
me,
cry.
like Marley and Me, it's not even when he dies. It's like when he's playing with the kids in the yard and he starts to slow down and struggle getting up the steps, because then that's when you know like what's coming in the movie.
There's no death on screen that's ever affected me like what Eric Truss says here when G-Baby.
Oh my gosh.
And his brother's holding him. Oh. I was on a date and I remember I just lost it. Just bawling, crying. Probably not.
What did she do?
I think she felt uncomfortable. I don't know. I would have been like 8th or 9th grade too at the time. I don't know.
What do you do? Like,
it was just so
all right,
sad.
big guy.
Bro, it was so sad. It was so sad. I should have gone. I think I ended up going another date with that girl to see Blue Crush. That one I did not cry in. Blue Crush.
That would have been really weird.
Yeah, Blue Crush is actually great though. I haven't thought about that.
My Girl.
I will say, somebody mentioned Inside Out. They said it was boring. I
No,
always
I
liked
cry.
Inside Out, bro. Post Daughters, Inside Out really, really wrecks me in the best possible way.
Yeah, same.
But sheesh.
I will always cry at the end there.
Yeah, me too. They did a great job. All right. Well, cry talk. Open up hour number 3. Hopefully we won't be crying about the pontoon parlay later this week, which continues to fail.
Oh, wait, I was going to say, how'd last week go?
2-2.
Oh.
Bad. Taylor screwed up.
Jake and T-Bob lost.
What?
Oh, I was...
Not true.
And rejected
It's
my
true.
pick.
It is true.
Oh, yeah, you
GTFO.
keep rejecting their picks, but they're the ones winning.
Well, no.
Actually, I won last week, but the week before I did lose.
No. Let's be clear. And like 75% of the rejected picks have been good rejections. Mizzou was not. That's fair. But 75% have. I like, if somebody says, it's coming, Hardball always hits you. I've never watched Hardball since theaters just because
You can't.
I just don't want to deal with it again. I don't think I can. Okay, just put a bow on this. We'll move on, whatever. Something that is terrifying to force yourself to watch, but I emerge on the other side of it, I think, with like perspective and gratitude, and I would say was worth it. There is an Oscar-winning Netflix animation short done by some of the some of the parents of one of these Sandy Hook victims. And it is about grief, and it is, again, everybody's greatest fear, and it is horrifying, but again, I did find value in it. I was not upset that I watched it, but it was one of the most intense things I've ever watched in my entire life. So if that sounds like anything you would be interested in, it's buried somewhere on the vast, network of entertainment that is Netflix, but it is really, really good. It's Brian Burge's birthday, dude. Happy birthday, man. Says you guys have an awesome and blessed day. It's been nice with my holiday with you. Oh, holiday, my bad.
Veterans Day.
Yeah, no, I know. I was going to get into Veterans. Then I was going to be like, oh my God, it's your birthday and Veterans Day. Okay, never mind. Well, thank you for your service. Either way, Brian, thank you very much. Happy Veterans Day.
Happy Veterans Day.
Alvo says, call me Big Papa. Should be yeah, I agree. All right, when we get back, more OTB.
OTB, OT.
AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com, AllStarToyotaBatonRouge.com. You'll be crying tears of joy when you see these incredible deals. Speaking of veterans, remember 24/7, 365. All-Star Toyota has deals for service members and veterans. We're in Baton Rouge, which means recent graduates as well. Get great deals. And Toyotathon's going on. So, if you want to put a big red bow on a big red Tundra for your spoiled 16-year-old, well, you can, okay? Or for your wife, husband, whoever, get him a Sienna. Teach him the right way to handle life with utility and efficacy, because that's what you get when you get a Toyota Sienna. They're incredible, y'all. And when you buy from there, look, you enter the family, right? And it's the service department, the customer service that you get within the service department. The question you have, they're just the absolute best. They're right there off of Airline Highway, All-Star Toyota Baton Rouge.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the jimsfirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the jimsfirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
When it comes to ending cancer, we push forward, always working together for you. That's why our cancer experts at Ochsner have clinically integrated with MD Anderson Cancer Center. This means advanced cancer care, including access to life-saving clinical trials and integrating care to treat the whole you. Introducing Ochsner MD Anderson Cancer Center. Long live you.
The world's leaders in obesity research, obesity medicine, and obesity science are right here.
We're doing something that no one's ever done, or trying to answer a question that no one's ever asked before.
Pennington is a real jewel when it comes to research.
We are finding the solutions to the world's worst chronic disease, which is obesity. Louisiana needs Pennington Biomedical.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206.
for a Football Friday edition of the Hunt Palmer Show, presented by Clork's Cajun Fried Fish and Shrimp. We'll get you ready for LSU in Florida with Preston Guy and Saints and Vikings pick. Hunt Palmer Show, 1 to 3 weekdays, 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Okay. Talking a little Fourth Wing book series.
Little dragon
Rivs,
stuff.
just bring you back, put you back in that Odessa Permian locker room.
I know.
You and Jay.
Just listening. You don't have to. What is the line? It's like you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah, what is it? But be something for your brother? I can't remember exactly.
Clear eyes, full heart, can't lose.
Yeah.
That's the TV show. Yeah.
Yeah. But we played the Billy Bob Thornton speech though, and it was just really
awesome.
nice sitting there in that locker room. I can't believe no one walked in.
I know. That would have been so deeply funny too. What are y'all doing in here?
Okay, so the whole movie is basically him. They were all saying, "Be perfect, and then when they get to the state championship, Billy Bob Thornton goes, "Look, all year long we've talked about being perfect, and you guys don't get it." He's like, "Being perfect's not about
That's
winning."
what it is,
He goes, "Being perfect's about fighting for each other, knowing that there's nothing else you could have done for each other." And then he's like, "Put each other in your hearts forever." He's like, "Because forever's about to happen here in just a few minutes," and then they run out.
Oh,
dude.
I know.
Dude, right?
Jeez.
With that music playing underneath it.
Hell yeah, God, beat the hell out of Florida, dude. Let's go. That's what you got to channel here, boys.
You don't got to be perfect.
You don't got to be. Yeah, exactly. Perfection is just fighting for your brother.
Yeah.
Look at yourself in the mirror and know that you left everything on that field.
God, I've seen the movie too many times.
When my parents, the first year they were married, they lived for like a couple months with my grandparents in Midland, and that was during that time. Like that was '88. That was during like the real life like.
Yeah.
So my dad got to like. I think my dad went to a couple of like the games, like the real team, but it's very.
Did he see Boobie Miles?
Huh?
Did he get to see Boobie Miles?
I don't know.
Boobie Miles is a real guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was James Miles, but yeah.
Okay.
I'll tell you what though, just like driving around Texas and seeing all those football fields.
That's crazy. I've never seen that.
Why
I've never
are they
really been
so
in Texas.
big? They're
Allen, Texas has a big stadium.
They look like college campuses.
Yeah.
It's like, what am I doing?
Look like Vanderbilt.
Shout out to all the high schools that have playoff games tonight, by the way. If there's anybody listening, getting pumped up.
Yeah, Friday Night Lights in November, bro. This is nut cutting time right here, boys.
Hell yeah.
Which again is not actually a testicular idiom. It's about cutting the nut off of a bolt.
Yes.
Isn't that
See
funny?
that coming.
I knew
funny?
this.
I know. I had no idea until I looked it up like last year.
Yeah. T-Bob taught me that.
They're like a rusted bolt. Like it's nut cutting time. Like it's just, you got to do it. It's the only thing left.
This is unrelated, but just a little left turn here. Last night, T-Bob and I, what did I just call you? I'm sorry. I'm struggling. T-Bob and I last night were at the Knock Knock Museum.
Yeah, hell yeah. Storybook soiree.
Got to see T-Bob do the live auction.
Mm-hmm. Sweating.
And he had never heard of the, I don't know what the name of the song is, but, oh gosh, I'm going to do this on air.
What's the name about?
Ruby red lips, blonde hair, blue eyes. I'm about to kiss my heart goodbye.
I have no idea what that is.
You
Taylor,
know,
do you know what
Taylor's
that
not
is?
listening.
Yeah.
Ruby
T-Bob
red
had
lips.
never heard of that song.
It's Garth Brooks, right?
It's a
It's not.
female who sings it.
No, it's a man. It's a man.
I don't think anybody's heard
It's
of it.
Tim McGraw.
It's Tim McGraw.
Oh,
Friday Night
I'm
Lights.
sorry.
Friday Night Lights, exactly what we were talking
Where's
about.
Jake when you need him?
Yeah,
I know he
probably-
would have
he would know,
known.
he would have known.
But T-Bob did a really good job with the live auction. He
Thank
got
you.
off. He
Thank
got
you very
off a
much.
couple of inappropriate jokes that no one really noticed.
Yeah. I mean,
They were kind of at the end of like a bid. Someone would win, and he would just like make an off-color joke, but no one really noticed it because they were all cheering for the person who won.
Well, also, like, I think like a couple of them landed way better than I thought they would. It was better than a couple of weeks ago. I was doing the Dreams Come True live auction, and I ended with F Alabama and crickets. Not a cheer or anything. And I was
Jeez.
like, oh, boy, okay. Never mind. Good thing it's over.
No, he told an utter joke that I got on video, and the guy next to me loved it.
People need to lighten up, man. Jesus Christ.
He didn't tell any like
look,
weird,
it
inappropriate
is,
jokes.
No, it is. It is you just got to feel out the crowd. You just got to feel, okay, what level of degeneracy? Like, you can't treat every room the same, right?
I mean, yeah.
And this was adults only, though. So, you know, you could go a little bit farther. Maybe the problem with the dreams come true thing was it's a lot of kids.
Yeah, okay, that makes
a lot of kids there.
Oh, wow, I didn't even think about that.
I'd have tried my argument.
No, the boos were flowing last night, so I think the crowd was...
The B-O-O-Z-E. Not the B-O-O-S. Yeah.
The boos were coming for you.
The
boos were coming for
singular, not booze, plural.
No, I had a really good time. They had a lot of food, a lot of drinks, and they had games on the inside for adults.
Shocking, though, that you just dressed as Red Riding Hood for
Halloween.
Halloween.
It did not even occur to me.
You did not wear the Red Riding Hood costume to the storybook soiree.
Didn't occur to me for even a single second until I got there and somebody else was dressed as Little Red Riding Hood. And I was
by the way, I did not hear it. What song were y'all talking about earlier?
You weren't paying attention at all.
I knew it.
You were texting. You know, the auction.
Bubble Breaker going too?
Bubble Breaker? You play Bubble Breaker?
The Bid My Heart Goodbye?
Yeah.
That's not Tim McGraw.
Who is it? John Michael Montgomery?
I think it's John Michael Montgomery, yeah.
Ooh, you like how I pulled that out.
John Michael Montgomery. I've never heard that name in my life before this moment
We're coming back in next break with that
song. I don't care. I don't know what I'm going to ask.
Who is it? Yes, John Michael Montgomery sold the Grundy County auction. That's the name of the song.
It's a mouthful. Like, guys, can't we
you can just call it sold. I mean, that's what I've
I think it's important that we say the full title.
How do y'all feel about Grindel? Been reading a new sci-fi series, Hyperion, that my boy put me on at Red Stick Reads, and it's kind of got some Beowulf sort of vibes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's been a long time since I've had to have any thoughts about Beowulf.
About Grindel?
Oh, Grindel.
The monster on the outside waiting to get in?
Don't really know.
Me too. I don't really know either. That's what I was asking y'all. How is the Fourth Wing series? So I love hanging out at Red Stick Reads. It's the best bookstore ever. You should go check it out. It's a free plug here. But I'm not even gonna shame you. How do you feel about Fourth Wing series? Because I was in there the other day, and this book had just come out. No, I'm not going to. This book had just come out, and I was in there about 20 minutes hanging out, kids playing, looking at books and whatnot. And when I tell you, in that 20 minutes, probably 8 to 10 different people coming streaming in, and I love, because it's something that's kind of lost nowadays, a good like release day excitement. People just streaming in wanting the second book in this series.
When you told me that it was out that day, and I realized it was waiting for me at my house, I felt so much joy.
Hell yeah.
I was so excited. I was like at gymnastics and like I was tired. It was the end of the day. I had just done the whole day, you know? And you sent me that message and I knew it was home waiting for me and I just needed to get the kids to bed.
So how close are you to finishing?
I am about 100 pages away. It's a long book. But this is the second. And I got lucky in that I read the first one like a week ago. It's been out for a long time, but I keep putting it off. Like I was reading other books. And so I read it a week ago, not realizing that the second one was not out.
What a good feeling, dude. So you didn't even have to do the multi-year wait that most have to do.
I waited a week. But it's really good. It's a lot of dragon stuff, a lot of fantasy stuff. It's like, I think it would be a good series if you're like trying to do a little like dabble into sort of the young adult fantasy world, but you're not really into the romance of it all.
Is it young adult? Because it was all adults going in there to get it.
Yes, it is young adult. Okay. But I think that's become popular.
But some young adult is like young adult.
The characters in this book are like
YA to me is more like 14-year-olds,
yes,
not like.
For sure, but the characters in this book are anywhere from like 17 to like 21.
Okay.
So that's still pretty.
Yeah, I mean, for us, it's young adult.
They're in college.
Yeah. Magic College? Dragon College?
Dragon College.
Whoa, dude. Okay. I love a good fantasy school setting. I really do.
Someone's asking, the series is The Fourth Wing, or there might be a more official name for it, but the first book is The Fourth Wing, and the second book is Iron Flame. And
I'm
really
sure
good.
it has like a series name. I've always just heard it referred to as Fourth
Wing. We were talking about it off air. There's something about like humans having interaction with dragon that I think we all really like. It's like knowing that you can bond with something that's like that big and ferocious. We love the idea of that.
I will always maintain that. Okay, there's a book called Sapiens that I never finished, to be fair, which is a kind of it's just a bunch of theorizing about like human evolution, all this other sort of stuff, right? And one of the kind of core conceits in it is this idea that like let's say humans, I don't know, you want to get like I don't know exactly how long. Let's say we've been around for like 30, 40,000 years, right? As Homo sapiens. So you're talking about 40,000 years of physical evolution. And now when you think about the just unbelievable growth of, let's even say, the last 150 years, right? The change has been massive. And yet our bodies are still made up of the DNA that was evolved over those 40,000 years, right? So and he goes into like, maybe that's where a lot of like the anxiety or cognitive dissonance, a lot of stuff comes from. But to me, I think in those 40,000 years, dinosaurs, monsters, whatever, I believe we have like a genetic thing with like dragons and dinosaurs and stuff. I don't know what it is. There is something coded into our DNA where something about it just appeals to us. These massive creatures.
One of my favorite parts of the book, and this isn't a secret, like if you even read like the book jacket or whatever, you'll know that this happens in the book. But part of it is like in their dragon college. To graduate, you have to bond with a dragon, and like you have to choose each other.
Okay, it's like the Unicorn Riders show that my girls are watching on Netflix.
Okay, yeah.
You have to bond with a unicorn or you're kicked out of school.
Right. So once you do, you can telepathically interact with your dragon. Oh, yeah. So you have a relationship, like you love each other. You do. And so it's just really cool to watch it. So if you're into dragon stuff, I highly recommend 10 out of 10. When I leave here today, I'm going to go lay in bed and finish that book.
Best all-time dragon relationship.
Well, I mean, I think it has to be Daenerys and her dragons, right?
No, it's Donkey.
Donkey and
yeah, it's Donkey and the dragon from Shrek for sure.
Easily.
Yeah, they had children
100%.
together.
Yeah,
I feel like you brought that up because you knew Mario was going to say that.
No. I just think it's deeply funny, the idea of a donkey dating a dragon. That's very funny to me.
Yeah.
And they have kids, which is,
yeah.
It's a
obviously
lady
you start
dragon.
to think, and you're only one DeviantArt Google away from seeing everything that you're thinking about.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, just be careful though, guys.
Well,
Don't
it's
do it on
funny
work
because like
Wi-Fi.
the dragons are babies, but they're almost the same size as Donkey already. So it's like they're all going to be way bigger than him.
Hey, that's a big mama, Bo.
Nyquil, let's ask a really good question. I don't think I've ever considered this. Why do we think dragons exist? Like, where did we come up with dragons?
I've always assumed that it's because you found like he says, actually, I've always assumed that it's
dinosaurs?
because you found like a T-Rex skull and you're like, oh my God.
What is this?
This thing used to walk around? And like, I'm sure we have some sort of like, again, I think that we have some sort of ancient physical genetic memories of being hunted by these like giant creatures that were way bigger than
Well, I
these
mean,
carnivores.
somebody
think about the
down
reaction
here-
like a wolf or something when you
Somebody
see one.
down here for sure invented dragons, because if you think about it, a dragon's just a T-Rex with wings. So
That's
when
what
they
I'm saying.
found that bone, Billy Bob was like, if we could get this thing to fly, it'd be even cooler. And then the
Or it's
fire
like-
came out of the mouth, and then it just kind of evolved from
fire
there.
and all sorts of,
No, 100%.
What if dragons were real?
It'd be, I mean, there's a lot of different styles.
You're like,
of
where am I
dragon.
going to go with this?
No, it's like there's a lot of different styles.
Yes.
There's is
Well,
it
so in the book-
Reign
in
of
the-
Fire with Matthew
But
McConaughey?
in the book,
Great dragon
in this
movie.
book that I'm reading, there's different breeds of dragons, and they do different things, or different colors. It's very interesting. They've created a whole like.
All right. After I finish this, so James from Red Sick reads. I was like, I haven't read sci-fi in forever. What'd you recommend? And he gave me Hyperion, and
Okay.
it is sci-fi, and I'm really enjoying it.
Okay.
But after you get done with this, I will check out the Fourth Wing series for sure.
Maybe we'll do a little trade.
No, I'm not doing that with you anymore. Done that with you multiple times. You never read my books. I'm over it. I mean, true or false? Do you want to tell the people that's true or false?
Okay, look.
Okay, exactly. Thank you. So we're not doing anymore. That's fine. Whatever. Moving on. All right, when we get back, pontoon parlay time, boys. Get your picks in. Coming up next.
OTB, OT. In times of need, get a full list of phone numbers, websites, and other important emergency information on the Demco Stormwatch page at 1045ESPN.com.
The importance of doing this fortified program and offering it to people down here is, number one, the only real chance you're going to get to do this is when you put on a new roof or build new. And through companies like HUDCO, who's kind of leading the way in this thing, it's going to offer the customers a huge advantage in the insurance market and the price of their insurance.
You know, we're not looking to make a fortune off fortifying. We're trying to give you a better product than our competitor at the moment. I'm trying to do something that he can. I'm trying to give you something better. So a lot of these insurance jobs, you're getting a re-roof, you're only paying your deductible, let's sit down and talk about the fortified and let's see what it does to your insurance premium. You're getting a steal.
Yeah.
You're getting a brand new roof and a fortified certificate for your deductible, essentially. I think we're rocking and rolling.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
Electricity is all around us, and our families depend on it. Every day is sparked by the power of a cold drink or a warm meal, a movie night, and a comforting light at the end of a dark hallway. From sunrise to sunset, playtime to bedtime, our team is ready to take care of your electrical needs. Even in the case of an after-hours emergency, the light in your life shines brighter with Mr. Electric.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
So join us for Friday's AFR presented by Don Juan Cigar Bar. Matt is back. Phil Steele previewing the college football weekend. Riot Radio Hours guest picker. Friday's AFR 3 to 6. 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Well, I went down to the Grundy County auction where I saw something I just had to have. My mind told me I should proceed with caution, but my heart said go ahead and make a bid on that. And I said, hey,
OTB OT with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Okay, yeah, I get it. I know this song. You
Going
just suck at
once,
singing.
going twice.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, it definitely has the energy of a live auctioneer.
That's what it is.
It's a live auction. It's literally what it is.
Look, I hate y'all. I don't care.
It's literally
I'm still
what
mad
it
at
is.
Jake about the LED lights yesterday. Rivers is getting mad at me for turning cute little stories into sexual jokes. Like, that's not what I do.
How about-
with my entire
Well,
life.
the cute little
like, I haven't
story-
built a career off of making subpar juvenile jokes.
The cute little story, which I don't know if I'm not gonna say her name because I don't know, like,
No,
you
no,
know,
it doesn't
I don't know if she wants to be called out. But one of my mom friends the other day was like, somehow you came up, and she was like, oh my gosh, I forget you know him. She was like, I had the biggest crush on him. Like, he is my, like, football crush. So when I graduated and I was a teacher, like, one of the first few years that I was a teacher, I got an LSU elf on the shelf. And his name was Jacob Hester.
That's great.
And she was like, and I'm pretty sure I still have him somewhere. So she's going to try to find him, and I'm going to bring old elf Jacob Hester up here.
Hell yeah, dude.
And then T-Bob made an inappropriate joke. I was trying to tell Jacob's,
You've
like,
heard
very
of
cute
You've
story.
heard of Elf in a Shelf.
No,
but have you heard
stop.
of Elf in a Melf?
Stop. Where's
Elf
your
in a Melf?
Where's your
Guys,
nutcracker
it's
at?
funny.
Where's your nutcracker at?
Where is my nutcracker at? It's supposed to be right here on stage.
Well, it's not Christmas yet.
Yeah, but
I
guess
mean-
what? We're still out here working.
You didn't think about that. You're
We're still,
right.
yeah, I know you did kind of catch me in a little bit of a.
You're like, wait a minute, where am I?
Technically
hey,
true.
I do love the fact that T-Bob and I have been doing this for going on 3 years now, and we don't argue. Like
Yeah.
we've had like maybe one.
Yeah.
And LED lights was the thing
Wait,
that.
so what happened?
You
We
tried to
missed it.
gatekeep me and tell me that I can't comment on LED lights because I've never seen them live.
No, I said at Alabama, he hasn't been there when they've used
Got
them,
it.
and they use them too many times. I think it should be special.
Okay.
Use them like 4 times a game.
Does Ole Miss have them too?
Yeah,
Okay,
they do.
yeah.
Everybody has them except
But
for
when,
LSU.
was like,
but
oh,
when
we don't
I
have
said
'em.
before I could explain why I said it, when I said like T-Bob, like you haven't been there, he
shut it down.
He shut down.
Shut it down.
No, he shut down.
Yeah, I shut down. I mean, I wasn't going to hear anything you said after that.
He was
Just because I haven't seen, just because you haven't seen
I
something in
meant-
real life doesn't mean that you can't comment
and
on
I
it.
meant you hadn't seen how many times they used them.
Yeah.
But he thought you
But
hadn't
if
seen
you're
the
gonna,
lights.
but if you're gonna spend that much money on, I mean, practically, if you're gonna spend that much money on
I'm gonna
something,
pat your head.
Don't do it.
I'm gonna pat
he
your
will.
head.
I think he might punch you in the face.
You're
You're like, we've
Been doing a
never
lot of
fought, and
boxing
then you get in
lately,
your first
dude.
physical fight right here.
Yeah.
No, I think practically, if you're gonna spend that much money on something, you should use them a lot. But
But
I get what you're saying.
yeah, I
also.
just want to mean.
No, okay, look.
like, a lot.
Yeah.
If I take away me getting triggered, yes, absolutely, you should use them judiciously, right? There can be too much of a good thing. I just think LSU would look tight as hell swathed in purple light.
I do too.
Like just like
With the Undertaker like bell in the fourth quarter. As soon as you get to
Only
the
if
fourth
those
quarter.
noises are associated with it.
sick. Hell yeah, dude. That's what I'm saying. Ba, 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 purple light. Hell yeah, dude. Dragon flyover. Yes, dude. Now that would be sick. We've seen a ton of like stealth bombers. Why not a freaking dragon
Just a
flyover,
dragon.
dude?
See if you can make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, you could dress up a plane like a dragon or something. No, you know what you would do?
What would you do?
Drone dragon. Like you've seen like the giant like drone shows out of Asia.
What
and
about
stuff.
some sort of like AI?
You've seen them online, Jake, so I can comment on them. They're tight. The drone. I've never seen one in real life, but I like the drone dragon shows.
What about some AI like projection stuff?
Well, so recently in the Asian Games, they had this sick digital torchbearer running across the ocean or some sea, and it looked crazy. Only it was only on screen. Like there was nothing in real life. So everybody's going, and it looks incredible on the screen, but then everybody's got like their cell phone videos. They're like, we're looking at nothing right now.
Cool.
No, actually, look up. We need to look up the drone Chinese dragon that I saw the other day online because you could do that and do a dragon
Yeah.
flyover, and that'd be
That would
sick.
be pretty
Or a
cool.
tiger flyover.
LSU, are you listening?
Yeah, I mean, I got ideas, guys, for days, especially now that we're getting into champagne. I got a lot of ideas.
He just needed a sip. You
Yeah.
know, he got back in the game.
How about real quick here, shameless plug before we get to the parlay. You got that picture, Taylor? Ready to go? You put it up. So today at 11:30,
What am I
gonna
looking
try
at?
out a little new thing
This
on
is
our
incredible.
Snaps YouTube channel. Full screen that thing. The goal for this, I think we're gonna go live at like 11:30. I like a lot of React YouTubers and stuff like that, which, maybe some do, maybe some don't. But I just wanted to do, because we don't do anything on Snaps on Fridays, so I want to do a chill Friday hangout stream, 30 minutes an hour. Who knows how long it's going to be. You can send in videos, articles, whatever. I don't want it to be a lot of pre-production. Just want to hang out. Wanted to let y'all know if anybody's not doing anything at 11:30 today, come on by. It's going to be fun. YouTube.com/@volumesnaps. And I like that picture.
That is incredible.
I don't know who made that picture.
I was at a birthday party a couple weeks ago, and one of the dads was like, "Hey, did the guys do shows like remotely?" And I thought he was maybe had a business and wanted y'all to come. I was like, I mean, they can. I mean, like,
yeah.
Sometimes they do in the morning.
Yeah.
Depends on the business, whatever. He was like, no. He was like, I rent an office space, and like I hear T-Bob yelling all the
Oh
time.
my God, I
And
feel
I was like,
so bad
I was
for
like,
everybody
oh,
that's next to
you.
me. Dude.
I was like, he rents out an office to do volume, to do his snaps.
I don't have a room in my home, so
He said he
I'm
hears
in
you.
this little office, and it's a cool little cut for sure. But like,
Yeah.
ideally, one day I'll have a house where I can like just keep it at home.
Well,
Because I
he
feel
felt-
really bad for all the legitimate businesses next to me that have
Yeah.
to listen to me yell for like 2 or 3 hours
He
a day.
felt the same way that I felt when we were in Mobile and I shared a wall with you, and I just heard you do every single show. Every single one.
I know. And I also don't get great feedback in my ears, so I think I get like really loud as well. So
He was like, I just hear him yelling all the time.
You don't have
Oh,
like
no,
you don't have like a little monitor on your screen, like how loud you're getting and spiking or anything? No. Oh.
So you're just going for it, huh?
No. Yeah. I've listened
Well,
back. It's not like it didn't sound crazy, but yeah.
Yeah. So y'all know Dennis, my producer.
Yeah. Just
Anytime.
text Dennis. Going to be on off campus today at 2:30 Central. Check it out.
Shout out to you. Comes on every.
We
he
do
comes on
every Friday. I do
Friday.
every Friday with him and Bobby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he comes
no
on every
idea.
Friday.
I
Yeah.
had no idea.
Well, y'all didn't know the name of the show for a long time, so
True.
doesn't surprise
That's true,
me.
but I've never forgotten it since.
Anytime
Don't
Dennis,
judge me by my mistakes I've made in the past. Judge me by who I am going forward.
Anytime
Like, I
Dennis
won't
says
judge
that
you
I
for being
talk
a
like
jerk
this, if I get my hands around the microphone, he'll always say like, "I'm too loud."
Yeah.
Like, so that's how I know. Like, if I get
okay.
like my hands around the microphone and I start
Getting
talking, like
fired
Dennis
up.
will get in my ear and be like, "Too
Hey,
loud."
reel it in.
Yeah.
T-Rob, been needing a project. Let's wall out a part of your garage, building an office. That sounds great, but not right now. Not right now. This home, I love my home. I love my neighborhood. Probably, I'm not doing anything.
So you're
till
moving?
I'm not doing anything till
You're leaving?
I'm not doing anything till these interest rates chill out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
we
Well, that's
cool.
the lady across the street from
We
me was
cool
going to
right
sell her
now.
house, and I thought she was selling her house, and then I ran into her yesterday, and I was like, "What's that? Are you moving or no?" She was like, "I was." She's like, "I don't think anyone's going to buy it right now."
No.
like,
Let's just kick it for a
know
little
thyself,
bit.
whatever.
See what happens here. Who knows?
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, used cars are still the same situation. Like, the prices on used cars.
It's wild.
It is
man.
like they'll always tell you like, "Hey, your house is worth this much more than you bought it for." You're like, "Yeah, but when I go to buy my next house, it's going to be that much more than it was."
Was the same. Like, I moved right at the beginning of COVID. We bought a house. It was great.
We did too. We got
it
a
was
great deal,
great because
yeah.
we got such a good deal. You know what we also had to do? Sell a house. And so, wow, we got, it was like a trade-off. We bought one for great, and then we sold one for
Baton Rouge, man.
freaking Baton Rouge.
Weird, not a great. It's kind of like the traffic thing. Like, I love the city. Don't get me wrong, and I love raising my family here, but like, traffic and housing just a little too much for the city where it's at. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
it's just like
the traffic doesn't reflect like our population.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're not getting like New York City, or like Atlanta, but you're dealing with kind of some of the same issues a little bit. But whatever. Hell yeah. Beat Florida.
Hell yeah.
Beat Florida, dude. F them. When we get back.
How you feeling?
We got to put together a pontoon parlay.
I feel good.
We got to put together a
I think
parlay.
you should.
It's Florida
Next,
week.
here on
You'll
OTB.
have to beat them.
During the break.
OTB.
We're going to beat their ass.
OT.
Don't worry, Rivs. Because I said it.
The series is 33, 33, and 3 right
How about
now.
that? In
How much do you love that?
69 games.
You love that
Dead even.
so much.
Well, why I love it even more, back to my juvenile instincts. What is 69 but the most equivalent of all sexual positions? And here we sit at a dead even
Who are y'all
series.
supposed to be talking about right now?
Patient Plus Surgeon Care. UC.com. PatientPlusUC.com. You go there today, you get in, you get better for life's unexpected moments. Patient Plus Surgeon Care. PatientPlusUC.com.
Yeah, we'll talk about this.
They
Patient
treat
Plus
venereal
UC.
diseases.
I
think
knew
so.
he was going to go there. PatientPlusUC.com. Get in and get better. There's a location near you in the Baton Rouge area, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. Just another convenience that you're going to get from Patient Plus. And so go check it out today. Remember, you can schedule that appointment online. Now, certainly walk-ins are always welcome as well, because it is all about your convenience for Patient Plus. PatientPlusUC.com. Get in and get better.
Our listeners fire off their opinions on the JimsFirearms.net hotline at 499-1045. Keep listening for your next chance to shoot us your thoughts with the JimsFirearms.net hotline on 1045 ESPN Baton Rouge.
At Corval Toyota in Opelousas, we're featuring 2023 Toyota Tundras with $2,000 bonus cash. $2,000 bonus cash offer on Toyota Tundras. So come on down to Happy Town. That's Corval Toyota in Opelousas, Happy Town, USA.
I've been doing business with Luba for 25 years. They're dependable, trustworthy. It's just the attention to detail with our clients.
Our folks have years and years of experience. They're highly trained professionals. But many companies have that asset. What I'd like to think makes Luba a bit different is that we use those talents in a way that truly is dedicated to serving the needs of the folks who depend on us.
Dylan Cruz here to tell you about Six Rings Baseball and Softball Camp. If you live on the North Shore and play ball, go to Six Rings Camps with former LSU assistant coach Dan Canaveri. His knowledge is second to none, and your child will improve and have fun doing it. Camps were held at Coquille Park and Six Rings Academy in Covington with 4 sessions over the summer. Full day and morning only sessions are available from ages 7 to 13. Go to sixringsbaseball.com or call 985-206-9096. Learn the game to love the game.
Scooncha, fall in the air. Fall is right around the corner, which means fall fishing is, which means it's time for you to take your boat to the next level with front-to-back boat service in a bunch of different ways. You want a custom stair job, you can have a ton of fun out there on the water. They can do that. What about a spot lock trolling motor? So you stay right where you need to in casting lines. Or sonar that's let you see the fish under the water before you cast. All of your maintenance needs as well. For 38 years, they've been at it and will continue to do so. The Sherman family of front-to-back boat service.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.
At Relief Windows, we're more than windows. We're windows, doors, party plank, and vinyl siding. But our number one product is always
Sandgrove. Join us for Live at Lunch starting at 10 a.m. from Rufino's. It's Lock of the Week Friday presented by Tex Morris at Edward Jones Investments. We preview the big weekend in college and pro football starting at 10 on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
OTB, OT, with Hester and T-Bob on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge and 94.7 ESPN Alexandria.
Welcome back, OTB. Community Steel Co., communitysteelco.com.
Is that who you were supposed to do?
That is what I was supposed to do, but that's okay because we love Page Plus and we love Community Steel Company because why? Both companies are live and local. Exactly. Local for you, here for you. You need steel, purlin, tubing, steel buildings. You want to go see them in Gonzales, Louisiana. They're doing incredible work. Community Steel Company. We love having them here on the OTB team. All right. Pontoon parlay. I got my play.
Oh, boy.
Jesus Christ. We just talked.
You're surprised every time.
The entire commercial break. We've been talking about for an hour.
I wasn't here.
Every time you're surprised.
No. You heard a lot. You still heard a lot. That's a bad. You're like the,
I distracted during the break. I
don't want to go too hard in the paint here, but you're a bit like the kid in the Lane Kiffin story that's going around right now. You like disappeared for weeks. You're like, I can't pick the pontoon parlay. I'm not feeling good.
One here.
Okay, we got like 2 minutes to pick this thing.
You better be careful because then he's going to sue you for $40 million.
Look, we'll get into that story. I didn't want to talk about it until we get more details. But yes, surface level doesn't feel great, but it could still go either way. Whatever. Okay, Taylor, pick.
Michigan -4 on the road over Penn State.
I think it's at 4.5 now, but I like it anyway.
Either one, yeah.
I like it anyway. I think it's a great pick. They smashed them last year.
You
I think they're
approve?
going to smash them this year. Yes. What do you got, Mario?
I like Colorado -10.5, or excuse me, Arizona -10.5 at Colorado.
Okay.
Colorado's struggling. Deion saying some interesting stuff.
Hey,
if you want to,
hey,
do you know who won their bets last week? Do you know who won their bets last week? I'm just saying.
Look, you ever heard of Blind Squirrel?
So
do you have a secondary one, or is that it?
If you don't like that one, underdog Mizzou money line versus Tennessee. Mizzou's a 1.5 point underdog.
You want to go Mizzou money line?
Yes.
Or just
But
Mizzou
I
money?
want to take the money line because there's
To win
better value,
outright in
and I
Como?
think they'll win the game.
What do we like better, Jake? I think I like Mizzou winning, but nah. What do you think?
Burden banged up, which
Arizona
gives me
-10 at Colorado.
a little
or?
pause, but I still think they win the
I
game.
like Mizzou. I think Mizzou's been really good for Mario.
I agree. I think we keep the energy rolling.
We can roll with it.
Mizzou money line.
Hell yeah.
Michigan -4.5. Mizzou money line. Jake, what do you got? Or do you want me to go?
You go.
Okay. Washington, I already
saw this
loved
one.
at -9.5. It's down to -8, boys.
Yeah.
At home against Utah. great bounce back game for the Washington defense. And I think Penix Jr. and company are on a mission. I trust Kalen DeBoer. Give me Washington -8. -8.
I was trying to just blind pick Jake's bet over here, and I accidentally picked Mississippi State.
Yeah,
Please don't do that.
Let's get crazy. Let's go under 28.5 Iowa Rutgers.
I'm down. I will.
Let's get crazy.
I mean, we've talked about it and being excited about it, but we never put it in the
He
pontoon.
already-
I feel like
has a
everyone just
solo
lit
bet
up.
on
I
it.
feel
Yeah, I
like,
already put 50 bucks on it.
I feel
Yeah.
like everyone just lit up in this room when you said that.
I mean, it's because it's a 20.5 point under.
Yeah.
It's also fun. Like,
Yeah, let's get sicko with it. Why not?
All right, here we go. Ask the Bench, brought to you by Cold Coors Light, Vizzy Art Tilton, Blue Moon, Light Sky, Citrus Sweet. This just says #Fire Taylor. Sorry, bro.
Sorry.
You never finished Lord of the Rings in time, actually, so you do have to get fired.
I mean,
And you've been texting the whole time and not listening.
I'm typing in the chat right now. So that is actually contributing.
He
I'm
did.
just
Look, he
sad
said,
that-
if you knew my opinion on Dion, you'd know that's a joke.
I'm just sad that I
Because
tried to.
the guy said, Taylor mad about the Dion slander. And I said, if you knew my opinion on Dion, you'd know that's a joke.
About it.
I'm just mad at Taylor because I knew he was going to be the only person besides Jake in this room to
And
know
he
my
left you
John Michael
hanging.
Montgomery
Well, I
thing.
didn't-
He left me
I didn't
hanging.
hear that. I didn't hear what you were
He
talking
left
about.
you hanging, not paying attention.
He left
What are
me
you gonna do?
hanging.
Drink some Coors Light this weekend. Have some good time. Beat Florida. Beat Minnesota. Who dat?
Make it 5 in a row.
Go Tigers. Y'all have a great day. We'll see you on Monday.
OTB, OT.
RejuveMeMedical.com. Restore me, refuel me, rejuve me. We're actually just talking
Yes.
about rejuve me. That's why Jake wasn't ready on his pontoon
That's
parlay.
not bad.
But well, Rivs, I feel bad because you don't benefit off of this. But could you describe your recent experience with rejuve me?
It was incredible.
Not what the plan is, but just
Yeah,
what
yeah,
how
no,
it
it was
worked.
incredible. I walked in, did my lab work. It took no time at all. And then they had an appointment set up for me a week later. I got to come in. They went over all my results with me. And I mean, it was crazy. You get to see all of the stuff that's going on in your body.
Yep.
They recommend what they can do for you. And then they also, they tell you like where you can go to get treated for other things. Like, it's great. I feel good knowing about what's going on in my body now.
It's firsthand. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's like one of the best parts. You learn exactly what's going on. And then what do? They customized a plan for you to try to combat how you're feeling. Right? So get in Rejuve Me today. Baton Rouge, Metairie, Slidell, Shreveport as well. Rejuve Medical, restore me, refuel me, rejuve me.
The best kept secret in town is out. Discover Tallulah at the Renaissance Hotel on Bluebonnet.
Life in Louisiana is like a run-on sentence. A poem that doesn't rhyme. Life is here, now. For life's moments, big and small, always there. The right card, the right care.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
Running Boards Marketing can help you get their attention. Imagine your brand's message on a giant LED billboard truck that can't be skipped and is nearly impossible to ignore. Running Boards Marketing is the leader in effective and affordable advertising on digital mobile billboards, which are 2 times more effective than traditional billboards. With a 97% recall rate, you'll leave a lasting impression with your customers.